everybody.
What?
Oh, hello.
Welcome back to Full Starts.
This is an energetic start, isn't it? We took a month off and wow, fucking hell, we've come back strong.
We're so sorry, we've been gone for a month. Due to...
Ashley.
Essentially...
Ashley went on holiday, told no one, and, you know, we couldn't record anything.
Well, I told people that mattered.
I mean, I was going to be professional and just say, you know, due to time constraints and, you know...
No, we
couldn't line up and record,
we paid ticket prices to go and see 2 films, and then Ashley fucked off, so we couldn't record anything about them. So we're going to record a bonus episode as well.
And I paid you back in solid gold bullion. Don't laugh, you know it's true. Alright, you had silver, but I got work again.
Yeah. So welcome everybody to Full Stars. So the podcast that talks about all those movies that were gonna start a franchise, but ultimately fell at the first hurdle. With me today, as always, is Ashley.
Hello!
And Lewis.
Hello!
Place is falling apart.
And Jeremy, the ghost, just pushing shit off the side.
Well, you got it sometimes, don't you? I mean... do we have any addendums that we want to address before we get into news?
Not that I remember, it's been a month.
What we did last month, yeah. What?
Yeah, same really.
No, everything we said last month was spot on, pitch perfect, absolutely 100% factually correct. So we move on.
Oh, lovely. If that's just the way we're going to be then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Unless you've got anything.
no, I don't.
Well, there we go.
And then my name is Dan, and I'm the host for this episode.
Yes.
So, go on then. Ash.
Yo.
Start with your news then.
News.
Whoa.
Host the times what happens.
What's this?
Whoa, motherfuckers.
Getting all antsy.
Someone's overlooking who won the popular vote last time.
No one won.
Didn't...
And when no one wins, everyone has powers.
One of us is reigning champion 2 months running.
Go on then, rub it in.
I will. I won.
You won. What was it?
How's it
6
feel?
votes?
How's it feel? I'm rubbing. Yeah, 6 votes, which is 300% more than the last winner.
Yeah, I noticed. And we tied last.
And means that we're getting 300% more popular.
Ooh.
Yes. And look at us. We've got possibly almost double listeners.
Possibly, maybe. But probably not.
Double listen. What, twins?
Yep.
Yeah, one's Danny DeVito, one's Schwarzenegger.
I like you when you talk about Roger Randy.
That's a false start.
Twins is a... Really?
They were going to make a triplets with Eddie Murphy.
Oh my... Oh, God.
Yeah, but
Not today's topic of discussion.
No.
We're not. Okay.
Go on, Dan.
Since you kicked up a fuss, Lewis, go. Give me a news.
No, Ashley was giving the news. I'm having a drink.
Wait,
No,
listen to the host.
No. You do it now. You do it now. Put that drink down.
Drinks down.
What are we drinking, by the way, host?
Kind of
It's almost as if we've completely forgotten how to do this show, isn't it?
Well, me and you were drinking whiskey, and Lewis is on the lagers, I guess.
Yes, one of us has got work tomorrow.
Well, I mean, that's your fault. Let's go then. What do you want to talk about?
I would like to talk about it's not news, it's olds now, but we've been off for a month, and in the past month, episode 9 has lost its director.
Yes.
Colin Trevorrow is no longer directing episode 9, and I could not be fucking happier.
Yes, I noticed. That
If I had a party horn, I'd be like, I'd blow it, I'd rave.
I mean, I can get up the air horn now if you wish.
I'm a cultured man, so I won't.
Yeah.
I'll just sit here all smug like, knowing that a man who's far more successful than me, and will be far more successful than I ever will be, has lost a job.
Okay, so what's your thoughts on the replacement, having J-Brams?
J-Brams? It's a safe pick, isn't it?
It's a very safe pick.
We'll get a nice, safe, middle of the road, all right Star Wars movie out of it, and that's fine. That's better than what Trevorrow was going to give us.
But do you want that for your last in the series, that trilogy?
It won't be.
Yeah.
I mean, what? No.
Won't be the last.
In that trilogy, that's why I'm saying that.
They'll probably do a 10th one just to round it out. Who knows? But
within that storyline,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'd rather have a safe, middling finale than a shit one. Because
but a shit one.
Because Jurassic World was shit.
Yeah, but we like
well, I mean, apart from the handicap match.
You've only recently watched it, haven't you?
Velociraptor with the run-in from the sea dinosaur, which I don't remember what it is. That was amazing.
That was his Latin name, sea dinosaur.
Sea dinosaur.
That was amazing. That last fight.
That was good.
Megalodon.
Brilliant.
I mean, after she outran the T-Rex in high heels,
Yeah.
And
then it was fine.
the balls, random balls that they have to go in.
Oh yeah, random balls.
Hamster balls. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It definitely.
Your
didn't paint a
nickname in
great
high school, wasn't it?
picture.
Random balls.
Hamster balls.
It didn't paint a positive picture. That's for sure. Of,
And then Book of Henry, as his follow-up.
I
I mean, that was the guy's passion project. As far as I'm aware, that was his passion project. That was something he'd been wanting to do for years. You would have thought about it more and made it better, surely.
That's an addendum. Talking of passion projects.
Oh yes, go on there. Go on, addendum. We'll edit
I
this.
can't remember his name though.
We'll make this sound seamless.
What was his name?
I don't fucking know. I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
bloke who directed the Emoji Movie. It was a fucking
Oh, Mike
passion
White.
project.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah.
Poor Mike White. That was apparently a passion project.
And he made a huge profit from it. So
I still don't believe that's a passion project.
I'll have to find that article again. But it was something he wanted to do. It was something he fought for.
I mean, I am quite shocked. Well, we did say it was, it'd be amazing if that was a passion project last time.
Yeah. I mean, we can only assume that
I
there
read
was
it
a
online.
lot of
It's got to
studio
be true.
interference.
I mean, like I said, the whole thing's an advert.
Yes, it is. But we did this last month. Not last month, the month before. We did this 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
What's your news?
I did my news,
Did
and
you
it's
know
fucking
so?
wonderful.
Well
Everybody
done.
rejoice.
I mean, I'd rather they picked somebody else. Like, I don't really have any names come to mind, but just anyone. They could borrow from Marvel's pile of directors.
Like George Lucas, he's done a good film that we're going to talk about today.
Did you ever see, there was a petition to get him to direct episode 9,
And 7 and 8.
which would have been the worst choice,
Yeah,
quite frankly.
yeah.
Yes, he gave
Well,
us Star
no,
Wars,
Colin
but,
Trevorrow would have been the worst choice.
I can
Yeah.
debate that. I
Yeah.
can debate that. Anyway, Ash, what did you want to talk about?
News!
News?
I miss these jingles.
Thanks.
I do.
These ravey jingles.
Hot off the press. Come on, news.
Right, so
Strike while the iron's cold.
Shadow of War, Middle-earth Shadow of War, comes out
God.
on the 10th. So that's next week for us.
Yeah.
10th of October. And there's been some controversy about how you pronounce controversy.
Yes, it's not
Controversy.
controversy. It's definitely not
Controversy?
pronounced controversy.
Controversy UK, controversy US, I believe. I believe. Dude.
Not the way you pronounced it. It doesn't have 2 full stops in this.
Controversy. There's been some controversy over the Shadow of War's DLC.
Oh, you're going to talk about the...
Fort Hog the Orc Slayer.
That's the one.
Yeah. So Fort Hog's an Orc Slayer is a character that they brought in to come in and KO the enemy just as they're about to KO you, or
Yeah.
your character Italian. And the character is based on an executive producer of Monolith who died of cancer this year. And initially, this DLC was being offered at $4.99, and $3.50 of that was going to go to the guy's family. And his name is, I had it somewhere.
Fort Hog.
I didn't write it down, bloody hell. That guy's family.
Nice.
And it basically quickly found out that it's only going to be donated to them if the DLC is purchased in the US. If it's purchased anywhere else in the world, they just get the full whack of $5. So
Didn't they recently change that to be that's now free?
What the fuck? It's the same price in the UK as it is in the US? That's what I'm taking away from this story.
they would round it up to £5.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah, they would. But yeah, now as you write in saying it's free because they were picked up on that, and basically they tweeted out and said no, wherever you buy it from, that's going to be donated, despite the fact that the small print was saying the exact opposite. So they've done a bit of a UE, and they've said it's completely free now, and we'll send a fixed donation to the family. So last week they finally UE'd on that.
Okay, so however many downloads, there's a fixed donation.
No, I believe it is just a fixed
Just one big
one
donation.
lump sum.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. See, because initially I didn't okay, this is a very, very tread lightly subject. But
Yeah.
initially I didn't have many problems with the idea of them wanting to use this to get money for him. Like,
I certainly understand the thinking behind it.
Yeah, it's not bad in concept,
No.
but their execution is, well, I mean, this is Warner Bros.
Yep.
I mean, do you want to go about loot boxes in that game? Yeah.
Yeah, I've decided to skirt around that.
So you don't want to go into how just like awful that's
It
gonna
sounds
be.
like you do, Dan.
I mean,
No,
you don't
I-
have to buy the loot boxes.
Are you?
You don't have to buy them. You can grind.
Yeah, you can grind, and you know you won't get the good stuff on grinding.
Well, who
You
gives
just
a
know.
fuck?
This guy.
Who gives,
You
you can still
always
beat.
get the good stuff on Grindr.
Doesn't matter. You can still beat the game without the loot box.
Yeah, I mean it's. Okay, it's.
Nobody
the whole
plays a
thing is
game
that-
to get a fucking loot box.
I'm sure.
What do you think Overwatch is?
TF2.
TF2.
A fun shooty game.
Overwatch. People want them loot boxes, son.
I know.
That costumes for Lucio.
All right.
I think
Okay. There are
Lucio's
people that do
character.
want the loot boxes. I will concede to that, and those people are fucking morons. Just play the game. Have
Yeah.
Bearing
fun.
in mind, it's
Yeah,
also
that's
gambling,
right.
All right.
I'm alienating all the fucking listeners.
All right,
Your opinions are wrong.
On behalf of everyone here at Full Stars, Lewis doesn't know what he's talking about. Ignore him. He's
I've had
ginger.
3/4 of a beer.
He's had 4/5, mate. He can't even count.
Oh dearie me.
Worthless. Okay, so what I want to talk about
Go on.
this month is
Let me interject here. If you can hear a buzzing throughout this podcast, I do apologise. It's my phone fucking blowing up because work just can't leave me alone.
You know, silent exists.
I've got it on silent. It's on vibrate.
Well, that's not the same.
Well, I don't know how to do that.
you can't. You can turn
Could
vibrate
somebody?
off.
I'm an old man. I'm 27. Could somebody work my phone for me?
Are you?
It's not a phone, it's an
Fucking
iPhone,
kidding
isn't it?
me?
Do you mean it's not a phone? It's an iPhone.
It's not a phone, it's an iPhone. I think that's.
I don't
clear.
know what that means.
Can you do shut up? I've got something I want to talk about. All right, so DC, obviously they have their own extended universe, and we've seen a lot of movies trying to like build towards it. And we're getting Justice League
Yep.
come out of this. Well, apparently, it seems coming from the execs and other people in the higher ups
Yep.
are going to start pulling away from that now and do less movies that are tied into this universe and
Yeah.
just focus on more solely one story adventures.
It's
Good.
come from Jeff Johns, isn't it? Who's like
Yes.
senior story producer or
That means
senior
we can
story
get a
editor.
Penguin movie.
DC's Kevin Feige.
Yeah, DC's Kevin Feige, which I think is a smart step. Wonder Woman having no, actual ties to Batman v Superman or Man of Steel.
Well, I mean, she
Yeah.
receives a letter from Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I guess yes.
I think that's more what they're saying. Is that they don't want to feel beholden in each film to tie a shitload to one story and set up a shitload for another story. They just want, a tag at the end, a tag at the beginning, and then the middle is its own thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, so they're still going to exist all in the same world?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
It's still a connected universe. It's just not one long story.
Right, good. Okay.
Which will be kind of nice.
Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
it's hard to like, it's going to show with Marvel. If the longer this goes, the harder it becomes to really pay attention to what
I think
the stabs in the story.
Yeah, I think with a decision like that, they're going to attract a lot of good directors
I hope so. I really hope so.
who, able to tell these big, bombastic superhero stories that they want to tell with minimal studio interference. Saying, "Oh no, you got to put this in there. You got to take this out. You got to set this up."
Yeah.
Potentially. Yeah.
Potentially, we'll see how it pans out.
So yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah,
But I thought it's kind of a nice step to finally getting what I personally think finally getting DC on track.
I think it will take a lot more than that, but
Because I didn't hate Man of Steel as much as I thought I was going to.
yeah, right.
I was willing to give it the benefit of the doubt because this is a new Superman and they were taking it a different direction.
Mm.
And then Batman v Superman was terrible.
And then Suicide Squad.
It was a jumbled mess, but there's a good film in there.
No, there's not.
There is.
There isn't. But we're not doing this again.
see, I've recently watched it for the first time, and I was not as disappointed as I thought I'd be.
Well,
Yeah.
It's much better than BVS.
God, I said we wouldn't do this again.
So much better.
BVS was terrible. Couldn't get to the end of that. Still haven't seen the last fight with what's his face,
You're gonna.
Giant Urukai.
Oh, I will make you watch it.
He goes roar, and then there's a fight, and then the Wonder Woman shows up, and she has a lasso, and Superman gets speared, and the end.
Oh yeah, he dies.
He gets gore. Then there's a suplex on the monster. Batman does a tornado DDT off the top
that's what they're
rope.
going on
Yeah,
about in the
yeah.
new trailer when they're saying, "You said you'd come." That's Superman. Isn't it?
Well, we don't
Yeah.
know. It could be Green Lantern.
Yeah, no, Superman.
Yeah, Superman.
It's Superman. I will be more impressed if it is Green Lantern.
It'd be great if it was Green Lantern.
If it's
Played by Ryan Reynolds.
if it's Ryan Reynolds as
That's
Green
not going to
Lantern,
happen, though.
Oh, it would
That's not
be
gonna happen.
beautiful.
Can we have Deadpool in a Green Lantern costume? Can we just have the first like proper DC Marvel crossover? Just Deadpool saying Green Lantern did turn up, so I'm going to be him.
I hope he does. I hope someone has big enough balls to pull that off. Is that it for our news then?
More news, quick. Zach Penn, he's banging on about his Matrix film.
Oh yeah.
He's saying it's not a reboot, it's not a reimagining. Can we stop using those words? If it's not a reboot, it's not a reimagining. It's a remake, and it's not a remake. He said that much. He said, look to the Animatrix, look to the comic. He's probably talking about an expanded universe film, sort of in the vein of Rogue One. I mean, that's a reboot. Zach Penn, don't be foolish. You wrote some of the worst superhero films ever, like fucking X-Men 3. I think you wrote. Just, we don't need it. Moving on.
You didn't do any research for that. Okay, let's talk about the modern film, the recently released film that we
What
saw.
did we go to watch, Dan?
We went to see Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
Bad
News
film
Kingsman.
or worst film?
I liked
decide.
it.
Oh, Ashley.
Okay, I enjoyed this film.
Why?
Oh,
I
Ashley.
enjoyed it. I like the... Okay, so just as a brief overview, I like the action scenes. I mean, there are a few things that annoyed me, and we'll get to them.
Nope.
Overall, I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed the acting.
Nope.
Colin Firth is great.
Yep.
Yeah, but wasted in this film.
I
Sadly.
Thank you.
love this film so much. I have not had this much fun in
That's
the
because you
cinema.
were by yourself.
Since Baby Driver?
Since Baby Driver, yeah. I was going to say for a good long while, but probably since Baby Driver. I from start to finish, I was beaming. It was. I loved it so much and was so engrossed and so happy that I took no notes. All my notes are from memory.
Oh, I don't take notes when I'm watching modern ones.
I occasionally will, but I was too infuriated to take notes this time.
What's this?
My last note is just
Medals,
medals.
why?
What did he do to deserve the medals?
Whoa, deep breath.
Ah,
Deep breath.
He's a prince.
no, he wasn't at that point in time.
He is becoming a prince.
And I looked up those medals; they don't exist.
And speaking of prince,
Yeah.
right up top in the taxi chase scene,
Yeah.
they used a Prince track.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yes, it did, and
No,
it
it
was
did.
wonderful
It
to
did.
hear a
It
Prince
did
song in a
work.
movie.
It was good.
Prince,
Okay.
when he was alive, would never have allowed this.
No, mate, no.
No, and I'm wondering, as much as I enjoyed it here,
You think they killed him?
I think they might have killed him. I think the Kingsman. No, that's slander. We can't say that.
No, yeah, you can't say.
I think we're going to start seeing more and more films use Prince music,
No, it's out
and
there.
we're going to get bad
I mean,
uses of a Prince track in a film.
probably go on YouTube and you'll just because they're going to open up his record library, aren't they?
Are they?
Apparently, yes.
Oh, good.
His estate, or I think his estate, or one of his relatives, or one of his family members has said they're going to open up his.
According
his
to
vault,
Kevin
basically.
Smith, he's got like 50 fully fledged, like fully produced music videos just sitting in a vault that he's made and just hasn't put out there. He's got a microphone in every room of his house, like just so he can record anywhere. Prince was a fucking god. That's off topic slightly. This film was fun.
This was good film. Okay, let's get into some deep spoilers then for this.
Yeah, we're gonna spoil things. I've got a spoiler. Sam Jackson's in this film. Sam Jackson is in this film. You think it's just reused footage from the first one, and it's not.
Is
Okay.
it when? Yeah, it's when they do the outside the church bit.
Wait, okay, hold on. So
There is a bit where,
Hold on,
like,
hold on.
go on.
If you haven't seen this film, then please skip ahead to
47:38.
Thanks, Dan. You're adorable.
Sam Jackson's in this film for all of 28 frames.
28 frames. Okay.
There is a bit where they're walking away from the church after having,
Yeah.
in flashback, they've shot Colin Firth. I was going to say Colin Farrell, but it's Firth.
It's fair.
and Sam Jackson's fully in shadow. And I think, well, obvious Sam Jackson double is obvious. And then they flash back to it again from Colin Firth's perspective, and you see Sam Jackson shoot him in the face. I'm like, that shot was not in the first film.
No.
And Sam Jackson came back to film 28 frames.
It's not just old footage.
He's thanked in the credits.
Right. Okay.
He said in the credits it says thanks for being so dope, Sam Jackson, or something like that.
Yeah, thanks for being a better villain and then reminding us of how subpar Julianne Moore is.
Oh, Ashley.
Oh, she
was a different villain.
She was a different villain, but I'm going to get into that because she always upsets me in everything she does. She has so much potential. Look, Julianne Moore promises much, offers little.
Elaborate.
She doesn't leave the fucking diner.
Yes, she does. She goes to watch Elton John.
Yeah. She goes to the theatre.
And she goes bowling. But that's it.
Punched a fucking hole through your argument, haven't I?
Okay, she goes to 3 buildings like 5 seconds
because
from each
she
other.
can't leave Poppyland.
Yeah.
That's established.
She can.
She can't. She's surrounded by landmines, for one.
She can turn them off.
Oh,
I know.
I've got a point about that, actually.
Go on.
So one of the biggest gripe I had with this film was right near the end. We've got the big climactic fight. It's all going down, and show you, oh, here's a baseball bat minesweeper. Cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So they're doing the minesweeping. They get at the front door, and he steps on a mine.
Yeah.
Now, what bothers me about this, right, is he made it all that way within 6 inches. Then he steps on the mine.
Yes.
Do a lot with 6 inches.
And fucking what's his name? Is it
Merlin.
Merlin. Thank you. Takes his place, and then sings a song. Big heroic sacrifice and all that.
John Denver song again.
Which, second film we've watched this year that focuses or has mentions to John.
Third film I've seen, I think Okja has a John Denver track in it as well.
So what bugs me about that is, if they was going to step on the mine anyway and die, why the fuck did you bother with the minesweeper? Why?
I'm sure he didn't plan to step on the mine.
No, they showed you the minesweeper for that, to show you that, we're going to be finding mines.
Yep.
So why was it not he went in there, they all went in there, they had their fight, he joined in, and then he stepped to the mine and did that scene?
Probably
Dramatic,
just a tool
not-
to remind you that mines that were there.
Irony.
No. But all that bollocks, and he get within 6 inches of a mine and then he steps on it.
But
it was so stupid the way that was set out. Like, if you were going to do that,
It's contrived.
Just fucking forget
Oh,
the
it's incredibly
minesweeper.
contrived.
I'll give you that is
Fucking
contrived,
forget the
but
minesweeper. Just fucking walk through, you pricks.
but
Fuck's sake.
happens everywhere, and Buffy is especially egregious of this. But we all love Buffy.
She's not in this film.
But we all love Buffy. It's like, oh, this thing could never happen. Then the thing happens.
It was so annoying that he didn't get a moment. What you thought was going to be an action, you get robbed of this action scene over what is essentially
We didn't
a
get robbed of
stupid
an action
crime
scene.
No, because we can't do an action scene because him and Eggsy come up against Channing Tatum in like the first 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And they get their asses handed to them. 2 agents beaten
He
by
gets
one.
knocked out, yeah.
Yeah, and he gets decked straight away because he hasn't done the training. He is a trainer, which is also what I want to point. What the fuck is Merlin's rank? So he's not an agent, but
Q.
He's cute.
Yeah, but he gives orders to him. And even in the first film, he's giving orders to Harry.
Yeah,
So
he's
it's-
cute.
Yeah, but he don't give orders.
He's intelligence.
Q gives orders as well. You know that, right?
About his lunch. He can give orders about his lunch and whether or not you can or cannot touch his lunch.
Hey,
I remember that.
person on the field who only has eyeballs in front of them and only seeing a canonical vision around them. I've got an overhead map. Go left. That's what Merlin
Oh,
does.
yeah, no, hang on.
Yeah.
If my calculations are correct by looking at this watch.
Aye.
Yeah, it's my watch.
That's not your calculations. The watch fucking did it for you.
He built the fucking watch.
Did he?
Yes,
Says who?
him.
fucking else
the
built it?
film.
But they've got an entire team of dudes there.
Right,
They'll
can
get
right,
killed.
They did get killed, but I'm presuming they built a watch before they died.
I want to check something. What do you think of the first film, Ashley?
First film is decidedly average, except for the scene in the church, which knocks it out to a 6.
What
I
did
disagree with you.
before you went into the screen
Of 2.
of 2? Had you read any reviews or seen a Rotten Tomatoes score?
No.
How busy was your screening?
Fairly. People laughed. I was outraged.
Okay, I think that's your problem. I think there were people.
There were people.
And that's the problem.
I was like, did you not learn anything from Kingsman 1? Stop expressing emotions in public.
I saw this film at
Yes, you did.
12:40 on a weekday.
Right.
There were, including myself, 5 people in the screen, and it was fucking magical.
So what I'm
That
getting
is the way to watch a
you
film.
two are grumpy old bastards.
Yes.
That's what I'm getting. Because like I said, I enjoyed it. There were things that annoyed me.
Like the pacing and the immediate departure from the first film.
Pacing didn't bother me so much. I was fine with the Golden Statesman. I liked the opening scene.
It didn't.
Some of the digital effecting in the fights was a bit too much, particularly in the opening one in the cab.
Yeah.
Where you can see a little bit of that plasticine effect coming in.
I think it's a stylistic choice because if you look at
I do
Kick-Ass,
think-
Kick-Ass,
I
that
do
has the
think it's-
same things, and
I do think it's stylistic.
his other one, the fantasy one, what's it called?
Do Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley. That Matthew Vaughn Stardew Valley film with Robert De Niro in drag, that one.
The sex stuff again. That also bugged me.
The sex stuff?
Yeah.
You're talking
mucous
about the
membrane.
one shot.
The mucous membrane thing. The whole. What happens if you save the world from a thing. Like that was the biggest blemish from the first movie. That if you
We
save
can
the world
do it in the asshole.
yeah, that was the most annoying thing.
And one of the strengths
this-
about the first movie is it didn't have a love plot. It didn't have that love subplot.
I want to...
And they bring that into this one as a huge thing.
Well, that's... They bring,
And it's
they
the
bring in the
princess
love...
fucking arsehole.
Yes. That is... I think that's some course correcting over that. We could do it in the ash hole from the first film. And if you're uncomfortable with the one shot, we'll call it the pussy shot.
Yeah, yeah, the push shot.
I want to know why.
Because I just don't-
Why
it was
are
egregious.
you and Twitter so enraged about this one shot
It's
in a
not
film?
that I'm enraged. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm not enraged.
I mean,
that doesn't.
why are you okay with the mincer action of man being minced
I'm
and the
not.
fucking church scene from the first one, but not a pussy shot? If Lars von Trier shot that film, if Lars von Trier put that pussy shot in a film, we'd all be fine with it.
I think
Lars
it's-
von Trier's a genius.
I think it was number one because they said you have to do it in a mucous membrane. What's the first thing you think of with mucous membrane?
Nose.
Stick out the fucking nose.
But that was brought up in the... What's he going to do? How is he going to get his finger
yeah,
up her
if
nose?
you're being all flirty and shit, you can do boop. Oh,
I
I
would
missed.
very much like
Oh, I
to-
missed.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall when
I will
you're
put my
pulling a
finger
lady.
up your nose now.
And I'll put my finger up your nose. We're friends. Friends put fingers up each other's noses.
Exactly. So if you get friendly enough that you can put stuff up the hoo-ha, you can put it in the nose.
I mean, there's a T-shirt there.
I fucking forgot what I was going to say.
If Lars von Trier shot it, we'd all be fine.
I don't know,
Why is this
maybe.
pussy shot? Why is it so bad?
I guess, like, it's the how in detail it is. I guess maybe.
But there wasn't a huge amount of detail.
But then again, that whole thing.
Yes, it goes up inside her vagina, but we don't
Well, I-
see it.
What I
Then
thought
it
would have been
settles somewhere.
better.
It doesn't go into a membrane. It just settles.
What I thought would be better is if you just didn't see what happened in the tent. I think that would have been more effective in terms of did he, didn't he?
I don't think
And
that
you
would have been
question him.
in tone with the Kingsman series.
Probably not, but I think it would have given you a bit more like, oh well, did he do something with her? Did he not? Like, because we know it's there.
They don't show you breaking Charlie's neck. They specifically pan away so you don't see that.
That is, I want to bring this up because I think this film had its teeth filed a little bit
Yeah,
in regards to the first one.
Mm.
You think back to the first one, you think about the church scene and
But
the
men's
violence
are-
there is visceral and it's all in
Yeah.
one take and there's loads of blood and whatnot.
I mean it's on point with what's supposed to be happening.
Yeah, and in this one, you say we don't see Charlie's neck being broken. It's done off screen. We don't. I mean, people get minced.
Yeah,
2 people get minced, and there's not a great deal of gore there. It's
No,
very
because that's not how mincers work.
well. All right, yes,
No,
I'll
they
give you that,
don't.
but I can't think of another example off the top of my head right now. I mean, Merlin getting blown up. There's not a cloud of blood dust.
No.
Is there not?
there
No,
should have
it's
been
just-
pink mist after he went up.
I think Pink Mist, yeah.
Is what should have happened. Really.
And
No, because
I-
we know when people get blown up, they have fireworks just come out of them.
Yeah.
As was,
And I mean, I know. I've read interviews with Matthew Vaughn and Jane Goldman, and they say the violence in this film is more in line with the sort of violence that they want to go with. Tom and Jerry style violence, less graphic, more cartoony, comic booky.
smacking people around the head with mallets.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say this is one of the most comic booky looking comic book adaptations I've seen.
does have some very comic book.
It's great, like
in
the
second one.
the constant transitions, like going through glass, and
Yeah.
the one shot we go into the drugs and the drugs turns into a forest. There's some
Yeah.
really nice transitions.
Yes, there are. It's a very nice
And it's
transition.
very comic booky, and that's what I wanted to say when you brought up the whole green screen and we could see the seams a bit. And I was like, fine, it looks like a comic book to me.
I think some of them may age badly. Some of the shots.
Yeah, but
You know.
what won't?
Yeah. Well, Jurassic Park. I mean,
Yeah, all right.
that's aged really well.
It's aged really well, but there are only 13 visual effects shot in that film.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Why does the car go sideways?
What car?
Taxi.
You can make a car do that.
It's called drifting.
Yes.
Yeah, but like,
Yes, you
not-
can make a car do
Yeah.
that.
can you really?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Rally? It's basically all sideways.
Okay, I'll
They're
rephrase
basically
my
never
question.
going forward.
I'll rephrase my question. You're a bad guy with a 50 cal mounted on your car. Why do you watch another car go sideways? Just let it. Oh, this is fun.
Because-
I like this.
Idiot villains have to be idiots.
They certainly are.
Idiot villains with
I've thought of
faces.
another example of teeth being filed. Angel gets torn in half by the robot dogs.
Yes.
In the first film, we would have seen that. We saw heads being exploded and whatnot. We
Yeah.
see it through the reflection of Elton John's red
Oh.
glasses, and Elton John is in this film.
Yeah. Okay. The same thing with Bad Monkey. I really liked it at first, and then it got too much for me.
He's not an actor.
Like
Our
this
boy
whole-
Reg is no
Ah.
actor.
Fighting scene.
He
and
kicked
stuff
a
like
man in the face while smiling at the camera.
that. Yeah. Fuck that shot.
That was wonderful.
That shot annoyed me.
And then
Oh,
he pops his
I
smug
had
little fat
so
mush.
much fun in this film.
Fun.
So much
So
fun in
much
this
film
film.
fun.
What the fuck? What's wrong with you
I
people?
decided to go Irish for this episode.
And now he got into fucking Norfolk accent.
Right, so this, well, that's what he is.
Yeah, so that I was fine with some of them, and then then some scenes where it just really started to piss me off because it got too winky at the camera.
Yeah.
You
Like,
did
So,
get a
hey
bit.
guys, I'm Elton John.
Yes, it was a bit winky.
Stop.
I will give you that it was a bit winky,
Bit
but
winky. Bit winky.
I had fun. I can't.
Again, I actually like the guy who plays Eggsy. I think he's really good.
Yeah,
There's a wonderful shot right when he's in Colin Firth's house, and he's remembering him, and there's some real subtle acting in this. He's like trying to hold back the fact that he really wants to like break down and cry the fact
Yeah.
that he's lost his friend and his father figure, and he,
yeah.
some good acting in him trying to hold it together.
They-
I thought,
I
spot on. You're
can't-
really good. I love it.
Really fault the acting in this film as much as you
No.
didn't like Julianne Moore.
I mean, what
Oh,
else?
by the way, Halle Berry was great in this movie.
Yeah, I mean she doesn't get a lot to do.
No.
No, but she
Not-
plays a great role.
But I mean, people beyond unless you're Colin Firth, unless you're Taron Egerton, what's his name? Taron Egerton, Egerton, something.
I'm not sure.
I call him Taron. We're on first name basis.
Cool, amazing.
Unless you're one of the 3 or 4 main characters, you're not getting a great deal to do. And I know that there is a version of this film that's 80 minutes longer.
Fucking
And
hell, really.
there is you see it in.
Does he remember he's got a mum in that version?
This is one of my gripes. I don't have many gripes, but that's one of them. There's a version that's 80 minutes
I
longer.
was waiting for her at the wedding. She turned up with that last
She does.
frame.
We should have checked in on his mum and little sister
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point.
after the events of the last film.
that kind of skipped my mind.
I-
not
I-
much Chante
we could have
either.
had less of his friends.
No, because
Yeah.
there's no
More of his
Chante
mum.
because this is
Not enough Chante, really.
this film is a void. They've got an idea for a first film and a third film, and they didn't know what the fuck to do with the second film. So they're like, well, Channing Tatum's got to be in the last one, so let's introduce him in this, and so that the name Statesman had probably got to be a thing. It's probably going to be a fight between the two or some shit. But I'm still only 1/8 of the way through my notes on Kingsman. So that beginning scene that you like
Yeah.
has no purpose, has no point, because
It's to introduce us to Charlie and the fact that he's back and has a robot arm.
Yeah, and people are trying to kill Kingsman. It's not
yeah, but
personal.
why? No, the plan is to blackmail the US president. Why take down Kingsman?
Because, he's gone to her.
Because
He's gone, hey,
Kingsman can
are
take
a
down
threat.
her.
Take Kingsman out. Not knowing Statesman
So
exists.
just yeah, but why do they not? Yeah.
Like, Kingsman and Statesman didn't know
But
about each
then
other.
why isn't because it's international? Why isn't MI6 taken out? Why isn't Beijing? Why isn't KGB?
Do we know that MI6 exists in this universe?
Because they're not on their radar.
Yes, we do, because Sam Jackson says it in the first film.
But I don't believe Poppy's on MI6's radar.
But she will be when she announces herself to the world.
Yeah,
so
when
this
they're already
was a
busy going to
preemptive
solve that
strike.
problem.
This was a preemptive strike against Kingsman. Why not against everyone else?
Because this film isn't about James Bond. It's
No.
about the Kingsman.
About the Kingsman. It's about people.
No, it's
acting,
not. This film isn't
the
about
people
Kingsman.
acting
It's about
above
statesmen.
the law.
It's not about the statesman.
It
It's
is
about,
about the statesman.
it
There's
is
a lot more
about
statesmen.
Taron.
There's a lot more statesmen.
There is a lot more statesman than there is Kingsman, but it is Taron's film.
Taron's
I'm not going to
film,
attempt to pronounce his last name.
While he helps statesman,
Yes.
it's statesman the Golden
That's the
Circle
plot.
plus Eggy.
It's Eggsy, plus the statesman and the
His
Golden
name's
Circle.
fucking Gary. How'd you get Eggsy from that, please?
I don't know, why don't you ask him?
I'm Gary the spy.
Why don't you ask Gary? Oh, that's right, he's a fictional fucking character.
Oh, fucking
Roxy dies in this film.
I like Roxy. I liked her in
Yeah.
the first one. I liked.
I like Roxy.
Yep.
She doesn't get a lot to do in this film.
She's not a love interest.
She's not a love interest. She gets exploded,
Yep.
but we don't see her get exploded
No, we see
like
him die
Michael
from
Gambon.
cover.
Yes. We see the house fall on her, and death isn't.
Well, if Colin
Get-
Firth
yeah,
can
if
survive
getting
being
shot in the
the
head-
face, then
We can only assume that she'll probably be back for the third,
I do hope. I hope we get more from her.
and you
Yeah.
don't see a body, and unless you see a body, they're not really dead.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Uh,
What else? She worth probably.
more cab stuff. Why are they so well equipped?
Fucking hell, he's still on the first 5
Yeah.
minutes.
Did they explain why they were so well equipped? Why they have such big funds?
I've got work tomorrow.
Are they expecting an urban attack? And if so, hang on.
Well,
He can't
If
read his
so,
own writing,
why-
listeners.
Why are something their only? Oh yeah. If so, why are cabs their only preparation? We don't see any defence other than Michael Gambon looks at the screen and says missile coming a second too late. You go, oh. It's just.
Because the movie has to start.
But no, they've got cabs. They've got cabs that,
They've got cabs, yes.
that can go underwater and do sideways spinny.
Actually, they're spies. They're not.
Do you
fucking
know-
some- They're spies, Ash.
Yeah, but why is that the
why
only
would a
thing they
spy
have?
be carrying an ICBM in his back fucking pocket just in case?
Because Bond would.
Do you know how
Who would
difficult?
carry a bottle of tequila and a fucking pistol?
And a
Fuck off.
Subway sandwich that is his lunch and an ICBM.
Right, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why they haven't got preparations in the building to protect from attacks.
Okay.
It's because their buildings are Grade 1 listed. And do you know how difficult it is to get planning permission for a missile shield on a Grade 1 listed building? You can't even get a fucking extension.
They managed to get a basement in there. They managed
Also,
to get a
can
lift
I
in
point
there.
out
Basement was
that-
probably already there.
Can I point out that
That's internal work.
they're above the law and the government? They probably don't even know about Kingsman either.
Hmm.
Like, the whole point is Kingsman are acting above and beyond
So they can do what they
everyone.
want, you're saying? So they can do
Essentially,
more
they
than trick out their cabs.
Fucking do more trick out the cabs.
Okay, robot arms that can remotely hack shit.
Yep,
Later on, Eggsy's watch hacks Charlie's arm, and it says arm hacked.
yep.
This shit was pre-programmed. They program arm hacking stuff into their spy watches.
It can hack
so that it
anything
comes
with a
up.
microchip.
Yeah, but so that it comes up. Oh, by the way, arm.
Because how else are you going to convey it to the audience? You
Hey,
need to-
guess what he did in the very first scene? Thought would do with the robot arm. They didn't know it could be hacked. Then what did he do? Oh, he fucked off for a bit. Then the guy came out with another robot arm. I was like, well, he's still alive. Guess I better get an arm hacking thing for my robot arm friend.
Yeah.
From where? From everywhere that blew up?
From how about
From Merlin.
fucking Merlin?
And the statesman.
Merlin don't make shit.
The
We've never
Statesman.
seen
Merlin
Merlin
does
make
make shit.
We never see Merlin make shit.
Who else is making the shit?
Merlin drives a
Who's
plane.
making it then? Are they just buying off of eBay?
Maybe they've got this. No, when you first
Like
Kingsman
first
1,
spy kit.
Kingsman 1, they take that tube into not the actual tube, but another tube
Alright.
into Kingsman building,
Mm.
and he gets out of there and he sees this huge fucking garage of planes, cars, automobiles,
Yeah.
and John Candy.
Yeah.
Automobiles and cars, same thing, but carry on.
Whatever. It could have been a motorbike. That's an
Alright.
automobile.
Automobile.
And there's loads of little people and engineers working away on this.
Yeah.
Not Merlin. Merlin's not down there. Merlin's fucking having a break, having a sandwich.
Merlin doesn't design shit for the statesman.
No,
Ginger Ale does.
they're not statesmen for Kingsman in the first
I I wasn't listening.
one.
Oh, yeah, no, that's an even better point because that's why they're in the statesman. So he's probably just gone, here, do us a favour. Since you've got more funds than we have, would you mind just upgrading my watch so I could say maybe, I don't know, hack a robot arm?
That Channing Tatum knows how to use. Knows how to use Eggsy's watch. doesn't think he's a spy, but knows he has a spy watch and can use it against him.
You don't know how long they were out for. He's probably tinkering around with it, trying to set it to American time. He was like, oh shit,
No.
I've just opened all the doors.
When they've just intruded, when they've just gone into this barrel
he's a fucking
factory.
spy too.
Yeah, so we've
That's
gone.
the use
I don't
technology.
believe you are a Kingsman spy with your spy watch and your spy gadgets.
I believe you're a spy for some nefarious agency, because we don't really remember the Kingsman, because this bottle of scotch
you're
is
probably
really,
from
really
Spectre,
old.
who
So
also
hang on.
had digital watches that I could fuck with.
So they all buy their watches from eBay. So there's one person making them.
Right, I want to... Right, motherfucker.
There's such a fucking problem with this movie.
I do.
You listen to me, motherfucker.
Okay,
Okay.
yes sir. Yes sir. What do you want?
You-
What do you want from me? What do you want for your boy Ashy Ash?
You
Yeah.
very much enjoy Batman and Robin, because it is the most comic booky
Yep.
of the Batman films. What the fuck is your beef with this film?
No Schwarzenegger.
Oh, fair enough. Moving on. Let's do Howard the Duck, shall we?
No, I
if you-
guess instead- no, we ain't
Right,
getting there.
hang on. Right, I've done that one.
The last thing I want to say.
Done that
because
one.
we're gonna
How many more
move on
pages?
3. 1, 2, 3.
Now. Nah,
Sum it up.
We're
Right,
done with them.
he's in a relationship with Princess Arsehole.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've realised don't like that.
Princess Arsehole of Sweden, yep.
Yeah, Julianne Moore offers much, does little.
She's fun.
That's not
It's
how
okay.
mincers work. You don't put clothes and bones in a mincer and then it fucking comes out as mince.
The clothes just spat out the other hole. The clothes hole on the mincer.
Yeah, the clothes hole.
Yes.
And the bones and shit.
Yes. The clothes hole
Also,
on the
there's not a
mincer.
portal up to Mars either, just so you know.
They found it. They digged in Olduvai.
And that's not how
They
like
digged in Olduvai.
that's not how pulse
It's not
rifles
how
work.
English
Pulse
works.
rifles don't exist either.
Keep going, Ash.
They
Come on.
will in the future.
Come on.
After people watch Doom, they
Oh,
go, oh
yes.
shit, we've got to do this. Where did Gambon come from?
Gamble.
He took Michael Caine's place.
Yeah.
But how did he immediately become boss when he wasn't in Kingsman 1?
Because I said, hey,
You
Michael
don't know.
Gamble, will you be the boss in this movie for like 10 minutes so we can kill you off? Yeah, sure.
He was out on a
Because-
mission in Kingsman 1. Moving
No,
on.
because they know Kingsman 1, we got Michael Caine. Kingsman 3, Colin Firth's going to be Arthur.
Okay, you know they're not right after each other, right?
What do you mean?
Like, so in the first one,
Oh, one
when
and
he
two.
goes into Colin Firth's office, he sees all these like headlines from the Sun showing
Yeah.
the missions he's been on. He's been on loads, right?
Yeah.
When Eggsy's friend goes in
He's
there,
got 3.
there's 3 on the wall.
Yep.
So the measured time afterwards.
So,
So Gamble's probably been there a while.
yeah, but why? We have no...
Why fucking not?
We have no reason to know why he's Arthur, why
Why-
he deserves Arthur.
Yeah,
why
but
are
why
we
did
meant to feel
Michael
for
Caine
him when he
deserve
dies?
Arthur? You're not meant to feel for him. He's just a bit character. Why
Yeah,
did you feel for
it's
Michael Caine?
cameo.
Why was he
Character.
Arthur?
Why do you give Gambon a bit character role?
Same reason
Because he
Channing
was in
Tatum
Layer
did character
Cake
role.
and they're friends.
I don't know.
Okay, right. Enough of this nitpicky
Why are there many
bullshit.
references to Scottish stuff? They didn't do it in the first movie, and now all it does is remind me
got-
of how non-Scottish Mark Strong is.
As much as I like this film, I'm ignoring him.
Yeah,
I've
so-
got a genuine problem with it.
Okay, go on.
Not nitpick. Not
They make a
nit.
point to show
Not
how
nitpicky bullshit. Can
My
we?
problems were-
How
No,
the fuck do we
he has
mute
to hold a
him?
knife, yeah? Has to hold a knife. Like,
I mean,
this is how you learn how to wield a knife. And then during the actual dinner, he holds it like a fucking pen.
I'm gonna.
I could
That's
choke him.
probably a fucking little joke that you've
No,
spotted.
no.
That's a little joke that you've spotted that nobody else has spotted. Well done, clever Ashley.
I could
Clever
choke
me,
him
they
out.
fucked up.
What's your problem?
Right, the timeline
Yeah.
in this film alone.
Yeah.
I'm confused by it because there's a clear set timeline with the drugs and the poison in the drugs. Is that you get the blue rash and then you have the
Yeah.
mania and then your face explodes. I'm confused because sort of Channing Tatum takes it and he gets the blue rash and then he starts dancing after the princess gets paralysis and
Yes.
I'm a little squiffy on the timeline. That is a problem that I have with this
Well,
film.
the
the
only one-
timeline scene's a bit skewy.
Yeah.
But
The only
one
I
they
don't give a
actually
fuck because it's
show-
so fun.
They are. The timeline bits are a little all over the place.
But
It's
they
a
only
little
show
hard to place
one
it.
person actually taking drugs, and that's the This Is England kid.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
you don't actually know when they took the drugs.
eyeballs as I call him. I'm sorry, that was really mean.
That was really mean.
I really like his work as well. I'm so sorry.
This is England's fantastic.
He's definitely listening to this.
Oh, I've got something that will piss the internet off.
I'm not interested.
Well,
in
you've
listening to
pissed us
anymore.
off enough
I
already.
liked it when they killed the pug.
Yeah,
I hate pugs.
I hate pugs.
Then they got another one. And
Actually,
I was
no,
over it.
no,
I like pugs.
I don't hate pugs. I just don't think they should exist because
No.
it's
Yeah, kick a pug. See a pug, kick it.
No,
they shouldn't. No, don't be cruel to animals, Ashley.
Kick it nicely.
Just stop breeding them.
I mean, they have breed. You all got so much salt with you today. Like, would you like some vinegar to go with it?
Yes. The movie stops being Kingsman 2. and starts
American
being
listeners don't
Statesman
get that
1.
reference.
No, they don't. That's for any English British listeners. So
They're based in a bourbon company and they're called tequila and champagne and stuff. It's not the same.
One of them's called whiskey.
One of them is. Well,
Well, there
done.
you go.
You tried.
One was called ginger ale. What the fuck's your problem?
Nanobots.
Yep, nanobots.
Yeah,
Nanobots.
that
We've
was
got a
bit
fucking
thing.
Lazarus machine.
Nanobots.
Nanobots.
What's wrong with that? It's comic book.
Nah.
Nanobots.
Okay,
Nanobots
okay,
exist in a
hang
comic
on.
book.
They've got the technology to
Gonna
bring
tear your
people
fucking
back.
notes up.
They've got the technology to bring people back to life, and they keep it to themselves.
It's not bringing people back to life.
Yes, it
It's
is.
stopping people dying.
It's
It's just rebuilding neural pathways.
It's a fancy defib.
Reg Dwight is not.
So it's fucking... right, no, we're done. I'm not...
Right,
I'm
hold
not
on.
through
Wait,
any more of
okay,
this.
wait.
I have one more thing
Wait,
I want to
I'm
say.
going to set a 30-second timer on Ashley. And
Hang
he
on,
can just...
let me cross stuff
No.
off that we've already done.
Right,
and then I'll
you've
do
got
it.
30 seconds,
Okay.
all right? And then you're done.
Because
Just blitz through it. Me and Ashley are going to be quiet. We'll be quiet.
Right, okay.
Okay?
Right.
On your marks. Get set. Go.
Nice of them to kidnap Elton John along with his wardrobe. That was quite thoughtful. Despite being entirely contrived, the whole fucking Merlin sacrifice thing was kind of nice. The Wednesday thing, I like that.
10.
Arm hack was done. Backstage pass. Oh yeah, that was a nod to the arsehole thing because he can have a backstage pass. Julianne Moore's death was fucking stupid.
20.
The worst thing ever. Oh, the fucking country cameo cover. And then Mincers
3,
don't do that. Medals,
2,
where the fuck?
1.
Where'd you get the
End.
medals?
Stop.
Where'd you get the medals
Stop.
from?
Stop spiking the fucking microphone.
I want to fucking hit you.
Do you want me to redo that?
No, it's going
Right.
to fucking stay like that. You
Medals. Where'd you get the medals
No,
from?
your time is up.
prick. What I will say for my last thing
All
is...
of his problems are irrelevant. Ashley's opinion doesn't matter. What do you want, Dan?
Yeah. All I was going to say is, I enjoyed this movie. It's definitely not as good as the first.
It's not as good as the first, but
It's
it is
weaker.
incredibly fun.
But it is fun. I enjoyed
So
it.
say 2 out of the 3 of us. Fuck you, Ashley.
I'm very warm.
I feel like I need an alcohol break.
Let's take a break.
I
Come
need
on.
to, like, breathe, get some alcohol so I don't hit you. So I don't hit you.
I don't mean to do this. It just happens.
Oh, 8 pages is you didn't mean to do it. 8 pages... Fucking...
I'm putting effort in. I'm trying to help.
Oh,
Kings
well,
of Two was
let's
shit.
see if that effort comes out in your pitch, shall we?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
No, it's a shit pitch.
Yeah, I know it's a shit pitch because you took a shit while you were making the pitch, and I know that.
Let's have a drinky.
Alright, grab yourself a drink, guys, and let's strap in for the next bit. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention before we headed off for more drinks is we actually have another podcast to do a shout out to. Lewis, who are they? Give me the names.
Oh, motherfucker. I literally
The
just told you the name.
Slackers. American Slackers.
American Slacker
podcast.
Podcasts.
Lovely. What do they talk about?
You've just listened to
Slacking
the
off
fucking
America.
promo.
Twisting one off.
They're twisting one off every Monday.
He's been talking to a lot of interesting people, musicians, actors, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
As you've just heard in the promo.
Yeah.
Or will do.
You don't need to repeat it. The people have just listened to it.
What up, Slackers? I'm Matt. And I'm Jesse. We're the host of American Slacker, a weekly show that discusses the weirdest in world events.
We cover UFC, the latest in technology, Xbox games, entertainment, and music reviews.
We have conversations with musicians, actors, filmmakers, and other interesting guests.
Twist one up or crack one open with us every Monday to start your work week off right. That's it.
There you go.
Let's move on. I've got a sponsor.
I mean, I was going to put that before, but sure, okay. Give me your sponsor.
I've got a sponsor. I say I've got a sponsor. A sponsor are sponsoring us with this month.
Who sponsors a sponsorman?
This month we're sponsored by Sparespace.
Oh, fuck.
I should have guessed that.
You should have guessed that. If you need a squace, Sparespace have lots of them going spare. And they're giving away... I wanted to do this dry, motherfucker. Stop laughing. If you need a squace, Sparespace are giving loads of them away for free to you loyal listeners. What's a squace, you ask? That's a good question. Urban Dictionary can tell you the answer.
So, the movie we're talking about this month is...
Howard the Duck. I'd like to start this review by saying wee 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 wee.
That's going in. So, guys, Great movie or greatest movie?
Yeah, Guy.
Discuss.
Tell me,
You
come on,
already
Guy.
used that. You can't use
Come
that.
on, guys. I can edit you out though.
George Lucas presents Two Moons.
Yes. Let me set some stuff up for you then before we get any further. Director was Willard Hayek. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Hayek. Gloria Katz, his wife, worked on it.
Yes.
He helped write American Graffiti. Worked on the screenplay of Temple of Doom. Director-wise, there was Best Offense, French Postcards, Messiah of Evil.
Yep.
He hasn't really directed much. Seems it released with a budget of $37 million, and it made $38 million at the box office. So it
Did it really?
just broke even. Really?
It broke even if you don't take marketing into account.
Yeah. If you don't take marketing into account, it pretty much almost broke even. But we'll get to the
But-
marketing.
We do take marketing into account. It lost money because this film is fucking shit.
True that.
Yes. And yes, George Lucas was the executive producer.
Yeah. I mean, there's talent behind the lens.
There's talent behind the lens.
There's talent in front
He said
of the
George
lens.
Lucas.
Arguably.
I mean, George Lucas has made some fine films in his time. Back
To the future.
in that era, back then, he like Star Wars and American Graffiti and
Yeah, but do you know what he did to
THX
them?
and
You know what he
Indiana
did to them?
Jones. He did
something
Howard the
called Howard
Duck.
the Duck,
Yeah.
This movie actually had 7 Golden Razzie nominations, and it won 4 of them.
I bet it fucking did.
Congratulations.
It's fascinating.
Which ones did it lose?
Oh, there's one
Because
for
it should have won them all.
costume, actor. You can go check it out. The list.
Like
is
the
extensive.
worst newcomer was all 7 people inside the suit.
8 actually.
8 was it?
But I will get to that when we get to him. So, thoughts then? Initial thoughts on this movie?
The
Fire in for me.
How
The-
many duck puns can you make before? If you took them all out, you wouldn't have a film. You'd have like 10 minutes of
Hold
them
on.
looking
I
at each
have
other.
a counter of how many duck puns
Ah.
I came across. I've got 12.
No, you don't.
you've not got 12.
I've
don't have
I-
You've
Well,
got 12 in the opening 2 minutes. You've
What I would
got.
consider puns. What I would consider puns.
No, just when they mention the word duck. It's like, take the word duck out of it, and you've got a 10-minute film.
How
In the
would-
in the
Sorry.
opening fucking credits, before we even see Howard, he's got posters on the wall. He's got May Nest. He's got My Little Chickadee, Breeders of the Lost Ark, Splash Dance.
In his wallet.
I actually have to point out that there is. Yeah,
So that's
it's got duck on
4
this,
right there in the opening 30
It's got
seconds.
Blooming ducks and mallard,
He
Mammal
reads
card.
Rolling Egg.
because that's how we name things. Like, my MasterCard is actually my human card.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I'd like to. Is it an alternative version of Earth, like in
No,
Rick and Morty, or is it
That's
another
Duck World.
It's got 2
planet?
moons.
Duck World, and that particular
Okay.
open scene, we see him in his house, all that stuff. Apparently,
Okay.
that set was very detailed.
Because I was confused.
A lot of detail went into that set. Like the guy behind the suit, Ed Gale, who was, for all intents and purposes, the official Howard.
Yeah.
He said like you could read just like every spine of something different. The magazines, the money, like there was so much detail in that set to really set up Duck World, knowing that it was only going to be there for a couple of minutes.
I've no doubt that there was a lot of detail.
impressive.
It's just that detail
Doesn't
is
make sense.
shit.
Yeah.
It's not shit.
It is shit.
Is it?
Rolling Egg.
Yeah, it's a new breed of hero.
Fuck you.
But so you guys, so we all watched this together. We all came round to mine.
And we're
Yeah.
still alive.
and we watched it. You didn't kill me,
Nothing.
and I had the greatest
Yeah.
smile on my face the entire
Yeah,
time.
motherfucker.
So we all so okay. We'll start with the beginning then. So Howard's in his house, enjoying himself, having a long day off, and then suddenly he gets sucked into space and lands on Earth.
And there's duck tits. Woo.
Woohoo! There's duck tits. 2 pairs of duck tits. How many duck tits did I have written down?
I've gone back and watched
I bet you have.
the duck
twice.
tits scene.
bet you have.
Just
Which one
just
was
to,
it? 2
the one where the duck is in the bath.
in the bath. Okay.
Just to like double check that I saw what I saw.
Yeah.
Because that duck is reaching to pleasure herself.
Yeah, and singing.
And as Howard bursts through her wall like the Kool-Aid man,
Carries on.
carries on. She carries on. And also, This film, in the first 2.5 minutes, fundamentally misunderstands what a duck is.
Oh, you watched it again.
What did I watch again?
This
No, I haven't
movie.
seen this film again.
Because you said you rewound that scene, so you must have watched this movie again.
YouTube.
You watched this
YouTube
movie
exists. Fundamentally misunderstands what a duck is, because ducks don't have nipples, they don't have fucking jock straps, they don't have pads on their feet, they aren't mammals, they're not mammalian, they are fucking birds.
Which is, because
But he comes from Duck World.
it got me thinking, like, when...
Why did the duck tits exist?
Because Duck World's a different planet entirely.
But they're evolved from
genealogy.
ducks. They're still fucking birds.
Yeah,
They're not mammals.
Clearly something changed.
No, you don't evolve from bird to mammal.
Platypus's legs.
It's
and
not a
tail.
platypus. It's a duck.
But it could evolve into a
From
platypus.
Duck World, he is called Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck went back in time, fell into Earth, fucked a beaver, and platypus came.
Sorry, we're not after pictures yet. We're not after pictures yet. Keep that.
Everybody fucks a beaver, but
So yeah, he lands on Earth in... Where did he land?
Queens.
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Is
Sorry,
where he landed.
Cleveland.
In Cleveland. Originally, the story had Howard in Hawaii.
Sure.
And they didn't want to explain why he was on Earth. They were just it was going to be a rolling start. He would already be there.
No one has soothed my concerns about duck tits. Whoa.
Yeah, fucked a platypus.
It's not enough.
Sorry,
That's not enough. He's called Howard the Duck, not Howard the Platypus or Howard the half duck, half platypus.
No, Howard the father of platypuses.
Like, I'm not gonna, to be honest.
Before he lands on Earth,
Yeah.
he's being sucked through space,
Yeah.
and there is a narrator.
Narrator thing with
We
Howard
don't know who
Duck.
we don't know who this narrator man is. He's never brought up again. It's just a narrator as Howard's flying through space, and he says, and I quote: "In the beginning, there was Howard the Duck." What does that mean?
Howard's
Please,
always been there.
please, what does that
He's
mean?
been there from the beginning of time to fuck beavers and make platypuses.
But he doesn't live on Earth to fuck the beavers and make platypi.
Is it platypus?
I don't know.
Because
I'm covering all the bases.
Octopuses is octopuses, not octopi. Because that's a degeneration.
That's
of
a
the
different film. This isn't Howard the Octopus.
language. Howard the octopus.
I would watch that film.
Yes.
Oh, you wouldn't watch Howard the Duck? Watch
Not
Howard the fucking
again.
Octopus.
No.
Because how many octopus puns can you make?
Probably quite a few. Go watch Finding Dory.
I'd 8-hand it to you. No? It's difficult.
Real sucker for money, that guy.
Shut up.
So he lands in Cleveland, and immediately he's getting the shit kicked out of him.
By a young Mugatu from Zoolander.
Yes.
If I don't know if everybody else saw that guy, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
And what do they then do with him? They steal a duck and use it to get into a club.
what?
They pick him up, take him to the doorman at a club, pass him off, and go inside.
I don't recall that.
Yeah, there you get shoved into a club.
I have tried to block so much of this movie.
I'm going to give you guys the first couple of notes I took, because after a while...
You were just
I
enjoying the film after
I
all,
was
like
just enjoying
Kingsman.
the film. Yeah. I was
Just like
enjoying the
Kingsman.
film.
You just
I-
couldn't take any notes. You were
I-
so
I was
engrossed.
loving it. I was loving it. So the first one's I
Where
like
did you
the
get the
music.
medals from?
So I like the music. Yeah, I quite
Yeah,
enjoyed the
okay.
music.
The music is
I
alright. Yeah.
enjoyed the wonderful duck nonsense in his flat.
Ashley's shaking his head.
I like that. I like the detail in there. I thought it was a nice opener. Showed you how isolated he was. And then duck tits woohoo. Twice.
Was he isolated? Because he had...
Oh yeah, he looks at a centerfold, and there's
Oh god, that makes it 3 then, because there's one in the bath, the couple getting it on.
Was she
and the
naked?
centerfold.
I don't think
there's oh my god.
Woohoo.
This film it's a PG, isn't it?
I think so.
Bloody hell.
This film is meant to be for children. There's nipples. There's duck
actually.
nipples all over the place.
The director writer, what's her name?
We use writer in the loosest possible sense, right?
Was that cat? Gloria Cat.
Gloria Katz, that's it, thank you.
She
She
put
said
a-
the movie's for anyone who would watch it.
She
Oh, fuck off.
Sure.
Such a...
she put up a
That's a
whiteboard and got some like alphabet spaghetti and just fucking threw it at the whiteboard, right? And that was the script.
Well, no, they wrote a script.
No, they fucking
No,
didn't.
that was the script, and then they just went in every other word and put duck.
They did not. There is no fucking script for this because the film doesn't start until 48 minutes in.
Most of they go, punks are fine with walking, talking duck.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Everybody-
Sometimes not.
Everybody's fine with walking, talking duck.
They're all fine with it.
Satan
And
sluts
like,
aren't.
there is someone who I assume was a bouncer goes, Satan sluts won't fall, that's true. Costume, what he says, like, costumes won't fool me.
Mhm.
It's like, well, it's a fucking duck. You should be able to tell it's not a costume.
But he thinks it's a kid in a duck costume and then bum rushes a kid.
Yeah, he bum rushes a kid. He bum rushes a kid.
Right. So, Martin McFly's mum is in this,
Yeah.
and as I recall,
Lea Thompson.
the Martin McFly's mum.
Yeah.
The punks are about to rape her.
Yes.
I think.
I think.
And
Duck food.
But
they've
no.
been doing too much toot. I don't know what toot
Yes.
is.
Toot is the new bloop bloop.
But these punks
Old blue blue.
These punks call Lea Thompson snot nose. We've had duck tits
punks.
woo, 3 duck tits woo. They're about to rape her,
I don't
but
think they are,
you're
though.
snot nose.
I don't think they are because one of the rapists kisses her guitar case and licks her bow. Is this what George Lucas thinks sex is?
Yes.
I mean, it's like poetry.
It's gross and it rhymes.
Yeah, now that is.
Why are you pretending it's a kids' film?
It's a very giant. No one pretends it's a kids' film.
The film pretends it. The BBFC pretends it's a kids' film by giving it a fucking PG rating.
Well, they were clearly high that day because they were not paying attention.
Too much too.
That's the MPAA for you Americans.
His arrival on Earth is actually it's similar to the original comic writer story, Mr. Gruber, as I like to call him.
Hans Gruber's in
This isn't a kids' film. No child wants to watch this film. No child actively said, "Mummy, can we watch Howard the
I
Duck?"
think a child would enjoy this film.
No, they fucking wouldn't.
Yeah, you got kids. Let's go back and watch this.
Just.
Don't do that to my kids.
So
That's tantamount to child abuse.
The kids would come home going, I want to know how to do
Daddy, the man made me watch Howard the Duck.
So he comes in. He's in the club. He meets Lea Thompson and her band,
Yeah.
and things happen. She actually was sang and played the guitar. They kept her voice
Yeah.
for singing, which
It wasn't bad.
She's pretty. I like Lea Thompson. I miss Lea Thompson. I know she's not dead, but
Just miss her in film.
just miss her.
Yeah, I thought that costume.
I've not fact checked that, you know. She might be dead. It's probably not, but let's cover the bases.
I maybe miss her. Costumes okay. The costumes were just kind of. Was
Her
it
costumes.
Oh, her costumes.
Her costumes,
Okay.
and the other people in the band, they were fine. You know, it was a very 80s feel to it.
Yeah.
Not Howard the Duck, where there were 8 different actors
Yes.
in the suit, and they spent $2 million on Howard's Duck shit.
Yeah.
As I've put here.
Yeah.
Pricey duck shit.
I can see that. Yeah.
And it was Ed Gale who's pretty much the main dude. They did have a child actor as well, and
Yeah.
they had like a stunt double, and a few other people. They had like 4 puppeteers, one for eyes, one for mouth, that sort of thing.
I think I might be right in this. I think George Lucas originally wanted Howard to be an all CG character, the world's first all CG character.
No, it would have been
Mr.
animated.
Duck.
Initially, they wanted the movie to be an animated film, but
Right.
due to time constraints, like the studio saying we want it out
Right.
before this date, they would decide to go with puppets.
Everybody's gonna want to see Howard the Duck.
Right, Christ. And yeah, Ed Gale said he.
That's my studio executive voice.
Your studio executive voice is just Nixon.
Yes. Actually, I think you'll find it was Big Boss Ness.
Oh,
Everybody want to see that film.
the Clash.
We make a Bombad movie.
Ed Gale said he could only see out of the mouth when it was open.
Yep.
So he
You
spent a
can
lot
see
of
it.
time
It's like
acting
a-
blind.
It's like an anus. Whenever he opens his
Okay.
mouth, there's just an anus in there.
He spent much time like walking around the sets blind, and he was actually pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Getting used to like where he had to be in the scenes and the spots.
I have a question.
Okay. And we're in the bar. With Lea
We're out of the bar. Lea Thompson's nearly been raped. Howard the Duck does his quack foo.
Crack food.
Why does he cower from the rain? He is a duck.
I don't think he's coming from the rain.
He cowers from the rain.
Yeah, he does. Which is also something when we worked out
That
how...
rain goes off his duck's back.
Well, does
But
it?
he's wearing a suit.
Does it? Because
Take suit off.
It's going to get wet.
why haven't they evolved to lose their wings, their feathers? Because they don't fly and they don't swim,
Yes.
so they don't need feathers.
Yes.
So they
Correct.
should be
Well, it comes
naked.
back.
Nor do they need tits.
Yes, everyone needs tits.
They don't need tits.
Everyone.
They don't need tits because the eggs
Lewis.
eggs are still a
Lewis.
thing in fucking
Right,
duck
no,
world.
Lewis.
Would you
You
like
keep-
some tits?
You keep forgetting that it's a completely different genealogy. They're aliens
Platypus.
or something.
The
Alright?
alien
Eggs are
platypus.
still a thing in duck world. They don't nurse their young. We know that they don't nurse their young because Howard has to drink from a fucking bowl. He can't
doesn't
purse
have
his
to.
lips.
He won't.
He hasn't got lips. He's a duck. I'm having a lie down.
So you love this film then? So you love the film? That's good.
He doesn't drink from a bowl. He refuses to.
Yeah?
I didn't pay enough attention. I didn't care enough.
That's not true. You asked me to pause the movie.
So I could write the how much I don't care. Why does Lea Thompson act like the fucking alien
Yeah.
on her own home world?
Do you want milk in a bowl?
Beer? That's all I've written here is beer? This is Cleveland. I think this planet's called Earth.
Yeah. This is called her.
Earth,
Although
I
I will
think.
give it. I will give that to her because if some alien species had just turned up, you're like, well, we call it Earth. I don't know what you call
Yeah,
it.
alright, but
We call it milk in a bowl.
So,
fuck, we're 15 minutes into the film. There's so much how this is not a short film.
it's 111 minutes, I
It's
think.
so fucking long.
It's
So
quite
again,
long.
take out all the duck. It's 10 minutes.
But then it's not Howard the Duck.
Then it's just
It's Howard the Platypus.
if you take out the duck, then you're losing Howard as well. It's just called the.
Like, we're getting so off track here.
And then the song at the end is rubbish. It's just the the
In a guitar
That.
just floats. Does a bit of Purple Haze for some reason.
Like the
Oh,
opening riff that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Would you like a fact?
Go on.
It was Marvel's first theatrical release since the 1940s.
Yes.
And the first Marvel feature film
since the Captain America
Nice.
serials, right?
since the Captain
Yeah.
America serials.
I know my shit.
How's that?
Not
man?
bragging, just know my shit.
I'm talking about Duck Tits Woohoo.
Duck Tits Woo.
There's a good photo of the director and I think one of the animators next to that puppet
Sure.
How many puppets
in the
for
bath.
that?
In the bath. It's still in the bath.
Yeah.
With Duck Tits Woohoo on show.
How much spunk was in that bath?
For that, like 4 minutes of the opening, there's 20,000 puppets. Is that what that 2 million went on?
George, do you really think we need to see the Duck Tits Woo? Yeah, we've got to see the Duck Tits.
They're round like a circle.
I bet you didn't know this, but George Lucas is Rain Man. We gotta see Duck Tits. Whoa.
I'm an excellent director. Yeah.
Actually, well,
Yeah.
those were also actors. Sorry.
Actors'
But-
tits.
Wow, that word slipped me in. Actors in those costumes in the opening.
What
Okay.
costumes? What are we talking about?
In the duck in the opening. You said it
And
was
were they,
more
were
duck.
Oh,
they
right,
human
right.
sized?
No.
By which I mean, like a 6 foot.
Little people are humans.
That's not what I meant. I meant were people in them.
Fucking after Roger Rabbit and the race thing. No,
Jesus Christ.
Were people in them?
fuck me. It's a
All
wonder this
types of
podcast hasn't
people.
been.
Yes, I said they were costumes. People were in them.
Right.
Like, the heads were like these animatronic things. I don't know if their ones were, but Howard's was. It was like a self-contained animatronic
Yeah.
unit.
15 minutes into the movie, we get like a flashback to the earthquake the thing that pulls Howard from Duckland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that the movie showed us that because I couldn't remember 15 minutes ago. Thanks, movie.
Yeah, he has chair PTSD.
Yep.
Wouldn't he
Post-traumatic
expect that?
stress duck.
Wouldn't he expect that to take him home? Wouldn't that be the first thing he'd want?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would assume, after he's done freaking out.
He shows very little desire to actually go back.
I mean, I assume this movie takes place over a week.
Yeah, but even
This
right,
movie could take place over a week, a month, a year. Nobody fucking knows.
So it's convoluted.
It felt like it was a year watching it.
he immediately tries to get a job though.
Yeah, that was a weird scene.
He immediately moves in with Lea Thompson.
Yeah. We almost get duck
Wouldn't
fucked.
you?
Woohoo.
Yes, I would. But I would like to know why Lea Thompson is a mentally handicapped 12-year-old girl in this film.
In her own
And
band.
how is she allowed to live alone and play in a band and dive bars?
Her manager got her the apartment.
But she's 12-year-olds and
Manager
mentally
signed for it.
handicapped.
Manager
Well, no,
signed for it.
she's an adult.
No, fuck off, she isn't.
She's an
Fuck
adult.
off, she isn't. Watch the film
joke,
again.
she's an adult.
Watch the film again. She fucking isn't.
Yeah, she is.
Don't bullshit me. Why is the condom unwrapped?
That's what I was thinking. Is that one of those old styley ones?
Sorry,
where
unwrapped and unravelled.
It wasn't unravelled.
Wasn't it unravelled?
No.
Are you sure?
Generally, that means it's
It was the same as the fucking vagina condom. Same size.
Okay,
same
well, why
thing.
wasn't his condom corkscrew
All
shaped?
condoms are vagina condom. Most.
He's a duck.
That's a good point. Why wasn't
How are you gonna corkscrew shape? It's gonna go on anyway, like a fucking
You've
whirly
heard of
dolly.
plastic moulds, right?
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Right. So
Never
you just...
seen one. I don't believe them. I think they're flat.
Like, this whole thing feels so derailed right now. What have I done to you two?
Tim Robbins
Ducks.
is in this movie.
Why?
Tim Robbins is in this movie.
Poor Tim Robbins.
No, I think he brought it upon himself. He didn't try and get out of it in any way.
What did Shawshank do to...
No, I think this.
Maybe this is why he got sent to Shawshank.
I think this is before Shawshank. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Maybe this is why he got sent there.
Yeah.
For appearing in Howard the Duck. Poor Tim Robbins. Why is he in this film?
He shouldn't be.
Money. The same reason anyone's in any film. Money.
Tim Robbins is far better than this. Not now. Back then.
Obviously not then. Nothing he showed in this film was good enough. He could have tried.
Maybe I'm remembering Tim Robbins wrong.
Probably.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, Shawshank's great. He's
Yeah.
great in Shawshank.
Maybe
Everyone's
I'm-
great in Shawshank.
Yeah, maybe I'm remembering.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I just gave Tim Robbins a pass because of Shawshank, but what else is...
I can't tell you. I don't know.
No.
How was the redemption?
What I can tell you is that's a duck, man. that's a duck, man.
Repeat 20 times.
Okay.
And make no.
Okay,
No.
I'll take it. That's a duck, man. That's a duck,
Okay.
man. That...
No,
It's
fuck
good,
you,
good.
stop.
It's good.
She takes Howard to go and see Tim Robbins at the museum.
Like, can I point out, he's a psychopath, by the way.
He is a psychopath. Wah, 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 wah. So she knows Tim Robbins. She takes
Does
Howard
she?
to him. She trusts him.
Yeah.
She must know him because she knows to take
Remember,
Howard
she's-
to him.
She's 12-year-olds and slow.
Yes.
She can trust anyone.
She must trust him because she knows to take Howard to him. She must know him,
She
or at
knows
least know
to
of
take
him.
Howard to that
But she
room, to
doesn't
the
know that he's a
paleontology
fucking
room.
lab assistant.
I don't think she knows. Oh no, she knows his name.
Well,
Yeah.
he lied about us getting her pants.
She knows his name. She knows to take Howard to him,
Let's
but
be
she
fair.
doesn't know that he's just a lab assistant.
Yeah, he lied to get in her pants. Like, simple.
Tim Robbins in this
People
movie
do
is
that.
not sexually active, nor does he have any sexual interest in anyone. Wah, 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 wah.
I
He goes
disagree.
into the behind the scenes room.
The
and
dressing
says,
room.
"That thank you."
He's got a girlfriend. One of his girlfriends is he's boyfriend of one of the girls in the band.
Is he?
Yes.
Who?
I can't remember.
Well then.
I don't remember any fucking names from this movie.
It doesn't matter because
Apart from Howard the Duck.
he goes in with pizza and says, "I missed the show, but I came to watch you undress." He
To his
says
girl,
that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm
Son,
pretty
it's
sure
It's
we.
the room. It's
I'm,
the room
I'm
floor.
pretty sure he says to he's boyfriend of one of them. I'm pretty sure.
Well, unless you
At
got proof of
least-
them notes.
At least 17% sure.
See, I think he's trying to get in with what's her name, Lea Thompson.
Yeah, probably.
But
That's
then,
probably what's happening.
I mean, I say then, in a better movie, there would have been a love triangle.
Yes.
Because she
Ducks
loves
don't
ducks.
recognise triangles.
Yeah.
Ah, that famous fact.
Which was that duck sex.
I
The
remember.
Bermuda Triangle
I
doesn't
remember that from Planet Earth and David Attenborough saying it. Ducks don't see
exist.
triangles.
We offered this duck a triangle and he told it to fuck off.
Get that dirty shit out of here.
27 minutes into the movie,
Yeah. Oh, she got the stick right there.
I wrote, where is the plot? When does this movie start? Why am I watching this?
When
the Dark Overlord
comes.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
No, the plot
You
didn't.
saw the opening.
That's not plot. That's
No,
an
it's not.
instigator.
No, you just asked where it started. I told you. It started at the beginning.
No,
when showed
you've told me
the
you told me when the movie started. When does the plot start?
When a Dark Overlord
Because it's not at 27 minutes in.
when he gets
It's
sucked
another.
out.
It's
That's
another
the
half
plot.
an hour from now.
No, because he doesn't do anything. He goes to Earth, and then what?
Nothing happens after there is an instigating incident, and then nothing happens
He doesn't
for
try
a good
and fix it.
50 minutes.
He has a bit of a moan, but that's it.
Well, I mean, yeah. What's he supposed to do? He didn't know anyone was in with the big space cannon. That
He was supposed to do fucking
Something.
anything.
And he did.
He could have become a dark overlord.
I don't know what to say. He did stuff.
He did. What did he do, Dan?
He went to see a scientist.
He didn't.
He got a job. Yeah, he got a job.
He did get a job.
Yeah, he.
Okay,
As
so
a
He had a
Gizmo.
fight.
what you're telling me is a series of events. What is the plot from
How did you
minute
move it
0
forward?
to minute 50? Describe the plot to me.
Howard adjust into life on Earth.
No,
Yes.
because he doesn't adjust to life on Earth,
No,
does he?
he doesn't.
He doesn't.
But that's the
There is no
start of
plot until the 50th minute, and that's fucking bullshit. Because this film is 2 hours and it's
Too long.
too long, guys.
I mean, it could be longer.
I'm at the job centre scene. Have you guys got anything before that?
Yeah, just to bring up what you're talking about, like things happens. The original writer, the whole idea behind the comic is I don't know. I'm not as well versed.
The
in
comics are a
so I don't
satire.
know.
They're a political and social satire.
Existentialist, and its main joke, according to Gerber, is that there is no joke.
Yes.
A quote from him: that life's most serious moments and most incredibly dumb moments are often distinguishable only by a momentary point of view.
And what did the writer of this film say?
It's a film about a duck from outer space. It's not supposed to be an existential experience.
Yep. Fuck you.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
There's a duck in a bin bag and she talks to it in front of everyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is back at the museum, right?
Yeah, I'm just going through my shit now. Origin of the duck species.
Oh yeah.
It's just there.
Homo erectus. I don't know if they make that joke.
Chromo Magnus duck.
Yeah.
Google Chrome duck. No one reacts to him in the same way. Everyone has their own unique way of reacting to a duck man.
Which is nice. They're all unique people.
Yeah.
Most people seem to be kind of fine with it, to be honest.
Yeah. That's a duck, man.
That's a duck, man. That's a duck.
I mean, that's
man.
that's the predominant reaction of everyone, isn't it? That's a duck.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Except
That's
when
a
they're on a
duck.
bus.
Yeah.
And when he gets on the bus, no one gives a shit. When he gets off the bus, they're all scared. And then when he actually steps off the bus, they laugh at him. What?
Yeah, I got a bit like I stopped taking notes after a while because I was just enjoying myself in the film.
So I mean, you've had the same reaction to Howard the Duck as I had to Kingsman 2,
Yeah, I guess.
and one of them is far superior to the other.
Yeah, Howard the Duck. I
Fuck
know.
off.
Thanks.
Kingsman 2.
Look
I
at
would
that.
watch Kingsman 2.
Look at that.
I would watch Kingsman 2 again instead of watching Howard the Duck.
That's a lie, and you know it.
Difficult to write notes. Oh look, another duck pun.
It's definitely more than 12 in the film.
Oh yeah, we love them. They're so good. Duck puns are great. I don't know what your complaints are.
He's got space rabies.
Oh, are you talking about when they're in the Cajun sushi face?
I don't know when he
Yeah,
says
that's my last note is Cajun sushi.
That's your last note.
Oh gosh, like it's Cajun
What?
sushi. That's just stupid.
What an incisive note to go out on.
I mean, I've got more research stuff I can bring up for you.
Well, I'm still 27 minutes into this film.
Okay, why should
I want to talk about the job centre scene. Is
Okay.
Howard the Duck sexually frustrated?
Maybe.
Because he goes to bite the job centre lady on the arse.
Yes.
And I was confused as to whether he was angry or turned on.
Exact same.
Yeah?
I don't
Angry,
know.
I'm guessing, but I imagine he's probably a little sexually frustrated because he
Uh,
can't really
ooh.
bang any ducks.
Ducks procreate through rape.
Yes.
So it
This
could
is
be
a
both.
rape-heavy podcast, isn't it?
I don't like this. I don't. Look, audience, I'm sorry.
None of us
So-
are advocating rape.
No,
It's
no.
bad.
No.
It's just a
shit.
fact of life that that's how ducks do it.
Unless, you know, if you're out at night and you just really want to kiss someone's guitar case and lick their bow.
Howard the Duck gets a job
He does.
in
That gets a job.
in a sex sauna.
A hot tub sex place.
It's a sex place.
And this is where we learn that he can't swim.
Yep.
Yes, in
He's-
what appears to be toxic sludge.
I'm moving away from the mic because I might get loud. He's a duck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone on his planet is a duck.
yeah.
Why hasn't natural selection killed him?
Because they don't live in water.
They evolved to lose their
But they're
wings.
still
They live in skyscrapers.
no,
Yeah.
but
They live in
but
human buildings.
we see the evolution of the ducks, and they're regular ducks to start with. And if a
Lewis.
duck can't swim,
Lewis, why don't we live in trees?
no. If a duck can't swim, we can go up in a tree and
Lewis.
live in a tree. Tree houses,
Look.
trees don't kill us. We don't drown in trees.
Look, why don't
He should be
chickens
able to
fly?
swim because he's evolved from a duck. If your duck can't swim, a duck can't evolve, and natural selection will wipe that
You know,
fucking duck
actually-
off the face of the planet.
If no one taught a
No,
duck
look.
to swim, it would probably capsize.
Then he'd drown and die.
Then he doesn't get in the
Lewis,
water.
Lewis, chickens
No.
Chickens evolve not to fly, and they still have their wings.
Chickens can swim.
It's because the wings are tasty and we carry on eating them and breed them. Nobody is breeding the ducks on the duck planet apart from
Yeah, yes,
they are.
the ducks.
They're breeding each
They're
other.
breeding
There's
each other.
tits.
So natural selection would have wiped out the non-swimmers because they've evolved from ducks that can swim.
Do you judge your mate on whether or not they can swim?
You're not a duck.
You judge. I'm your mate. Cheers, buddy.
Barely.
But
Do you judge
I've
your
not
mate?
got a lot of choice in
Do
the
you
man.
judge your mate on how well they can climb
I
trees?
know 3 people. You're one of them. You have to be a mate.
maybe it's just him then. Maybe he can't swim.
Yeah, but then that's you're playing up to his thing.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe it's
If-
him that can't swim. Like I said, I wasn't really thinking. I was enjoying the film.
If it is just Howard,
That shows.
if it is just Howard that never learnt to swim,
Yeah.
I can maybe.
He looks
Maybe.
I want.
so ready
I
to
want a
go
picture of this.
Maybe accept it.
Yeah.
But if it is, if it's just a thing that these ducks can't swim now, then they should all, in theory, be dead. They shouldn't
They
have
don't
evolved
need
in.
to
They
swim.
shouldn't have evolved into whatever fucking hideous creations they are now with their duck tits woo.
They just evolved into people, but they were based from ducks.
Maybe there's no
Don't
water.
think too hard.
There's no sea on that planet anymore.
Shh, now, only
But they're
dreams.
birds. They don't evolve into people because they're birds. Dinosaurs were birds.
Shush now, only dreams.
And they have evolved into tiny little lizards and Komodo dragons and crocodiles and shit. And they're not fucking people, are they?
Fucking, what have I done to you?
Can someone bring up another note? Because I can't carry on.
I got one.
Yeah.
If he's a duck,
Move
right?
on.
If he's a duck, why can't he swim?
Oh, fuck!
Okay,
I
so...
want to go home.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you
We've got a
don't.
second podcast to record after this, and I don't want to because I fucking hated that film as well.
This whole space rabies thing just made me think he's Danny DeVito in Always Sunny. It's,
There you go, think of it like that.
yeah, it's that scene when he's like saying
I
he's
like
got
Danny
AIDS.
DeVito.
So, when we get to the Cajun sushi place...
This is at the end of the film, Dan.
Oh, we want to go...
We haven't even
carry
done
on.
the sex scene.
I'm at 35 minutes in, and you're
okay.
jumping to the end of the film, the fucking Cajun sushi place. I'm
Alright.
at 35 minutes in,
Oh,
and I've
no,
written
no.
there's still no sign of a
Lewis.
plot anywhere.
Lewis, I wanted to help you out, but let's keep going, my friend.
Actually,
I'm
no, well, fuck
happy.
it. Let's talk about Cajun sushi, because that's the
No.
end of the film.
No,
Right.
we're not talking about that
No,
anymore.
no, let's get on to my favourite full start section.
Okay.
Bestiality. She's gonna fuck a duck.
Duck fuck, mate.
Hold on, wait.
Duck fuck. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Hold on, because you're ahead of me still.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's playing
35
up to
minutes in, still no sign of a plot anywhere. Everyone, I'm just going to read out my notes.
Okay.
Everyone is very accepting of a giant bipedal, fully dressed duck.
Yeah.
Space rabies, we covered space rabies. Poor Tim Robbins, he's the best thing in this movie, but poor Tim
No,
Robbins,
he's not.
he is.
Thompson's the
No,
best
the
thing.
paedophile dude is.
What paedophile dude?
What?
Dr.
What the fuck are
What?
we talking about?
Jeffrey
What?
Jones.
You've watched a very different movie.
Yeah, what?
Jeffrey Jones. Who's...
Ferris Bueller's head teacher.
Yeah.
Ah, that guy. We'll get to him, he's not in the movie yet. 40 minutes in, and we've had no can we have the bill joke.
Oh, don't encourage him.
I'm disappointed by this movie. I wrote here, I'm disappointed in checking out this movie. Bye. 41 minutes in, Tim Robbins steals a feather. Is this the first sign of a plot? We'll see. Not really, but ish.
If he tried to have
thing
sex
is-
with that duck, feathers would just end up on his bed.
And now we arrive at bestiality.
Good, thank you.
Ashley, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Have you ever looked at another species and wanted to fuck it? Have you looked at another species, Dan, and wanted to fuck it?
I have a pertinent note about this
I
moment
don't
you're
think
talking
so.
about.
You don't think so?
No.
You've never looked at a horse and gone, that's a good-looking horse.
Definitely not
I'd
a
fuck that
horse.
horse.
No. Horse
Dan?
may look at me that way.
Dan, what's the most sexually attractive animal?
Oh, it's a duck, innit?
Probably none of them.
No, I'm not taking that as an answer. What's the most sexually attractive animal?
Dumbo.
Sure. We'll take Dumbo.
A unicorn, I guess.
Not an animal.
Not an animal. No. I'm going to press you.
You
I'm going to
never
press
asked.
you until you tell me an animal that you want to fuck.
Don't want to fucking animal.
You don't want to fuck an animal?
Don't want to fucking
That's
animal.
funny, because Dan Ashley doesn't want to fuck an animal either.
He wants to fuck Dumbo.
Funnily enough,
Peanuts.
I tell you what, I don't really want to fuck an animal. This is weird, this,
it's an
because there's three of us here and none of us
anthropomorphic
want to fuck an animal. Yeah, Lea Thompson
Would you fuck
really wants to fuck a duck.
Would you fuck a Navi from Avatar?
No.
Would you fuck Jessica Rabbit if she was a rabbit?
No.
No.
Would you fuck fucking Lionel?
No.
No.
Think more animal
What,
anthropomorphic
centaurs
people.
who have two rib cages when you think about it?
Would you fuck what's her name? Star Fox chick.
Crystal.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Would you fuck?
Well, look, I'm not going to fuck an animal. You may want to fuck Dumbo, but I don't want to fuck an animal, okay?
I'm gonna get very lonely.
Look,
I need someone to join in.
I will admit that there are attractive female anthropomorphized cartoon animals. Gidget from Chippendale's Rescue Rangers.
When Bugs Bunny puts a dress on.
Of course, Lola Bunny from Space Jam.
When Bugs Bunny puts a dress on.
But
Never seen him
They-
at the same time.
they are cartoons.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck is a fully realized 3D anthropomorphized duck. In this world, he is a
Okay.
3 foot tall duck man, and she wants to fuck him.
3'1".
Yes. Well, she's teasing at first. She's teasing him at first.
Yeah, but we
At
all know where that
first.
leads. We're
At
adults.
first. Not
We know-
until we get to the end when we get a bit more of a hint of that.
She is definitely going to fuck him.
Yeah.
He is definitely going to fuck her, and they are about to fuck. She is kissing him in silhouette until they're interrupted by Tim Robbins and his gang. Have you seen a duck have sex?
No.
Have you?
Yes! I've got 2 duck ponds where I live.
Okay.
I see it every year.
I see the
That's-
chase scene.
What's going to happen to Lea Thompson is she's going to kiss Howard the Duck on the beak,
And there's going to be a
and then he's going to
sex
climb
scene
on her
because he's a
back,
human
push her
person.
head into the pillow, bite her neck.
Can we not?
It's horrific.
Can we not?
That's what would happen to Lea Thompson, and she doesn't know because she's a mentally handicapped 12-year-old.
Just going to cut that. Cut that. I have a point actually about that.
I agree with what you said about
she
biting
thought-
the back of her head and shit.
Don't cut that. It's a good point.
Cut that shit.
Don't fucking cut it. It's a good point. If you cut it, I'm not doing the next podcast.
You fucking got no choice, have you?
I don't get paid. Yes, I do.
You signed the contract.
45 minutes in, there's a plot. The plot shows up.
Before we get there,
And the
I want
plot's
to point
terrible.
out, Lea Thompson said about
Wants to fuck a duck.
about the duck fucking. She said that it was a bit of a weird year for her because in not long before this she was supposed to be in love with her son in Back to the Future, and this one she's in love with a duck. So it was a very
Sure.
strange set of movies for her.
If you
So
want
it
Lea
works.
Thompson to do something weird sexually in a film, she's your gal.
Apparently. Okay, so plot.
Now you can't cut the duck fucking bit because it relates to the fact that you've just given. 45 minutes in, the plot shows up and it's shit.
That's
Yeah.
the right plot.
No, it's not.
It's Jeffrey Jones. If you want to break out some sexual tension, there's your man.
What, break sexual tension or break out sexual tension?
Yep.
Thanks. So what is the plot? The plot is he wants to get fired back into space and they pull another alien or something down from space.
Yeah. That's good, isn't it?
This happens before they get to Cajun sushi,
It does.
by the way.
Yes.
Because that happens.
What was it? My eyes walks off.
As they get to the science lab,
Yeah. Science building.
science building, there's all alarms and shit going off. They open up a door. There's a bloke there in front of them. He's just holding his face and yelling, "My eyes! We shouldn't have done this!" Then he just uncovers his eyes and walks off calmly.
His eyes are fine. There was nothing wrong with his eyes. He was just telling you. These are my eyes. These are my eyes. Shit's gone on, bye. Everyone in this film's an idiot. They're not on Earth. How would the Duckers come from Duck World, not to Earth, but fucking Idiot Land?
Well, he's in, what's it, Cleveland?
Oh.
I'm sure there's some joke.
All of our
At least
listeners
I
in
think it's called
Cleveland.
Idiot Land.
There's probably a joke there somewhere.
Oh, fucking Ferris Bueller's head teacher principal gets possessed.
There is
Yes.
no Dr. Jennings, only gruel. And then they let him drive.
Yeah, they let the possessed guy drive.
They seem oddly calm about him being possessed. They don't really give a fuck. So he's possessed, whatever. I just want my Cajun sushi. By the way, I want Cajun sushi.
No, you don't.
I do. I want to eat Cajun sushi.
You should talk to them. I'm going to destroy the world. Yeah, that's nice. Not now.
This
Calm down.
movie
They took my
had a
eggs.
budget. Had a budget of $38 million.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Dr.
37.
Jennings gets possessed by the Dark Overlord Space Big Bad.
There is no Dr. Jennings.
And all they do, when the transformation is complete, all they do to make that transformation complete is make him a bit red and talk weird.
His face deteriorates.
38 million for the rest of the film, but when the transformation is complete, he just does this voice and he's got a bit of red paint on his face. Can we get some more blusher? I just blusher my forehead to chin, and I'll just do this voice. $38 million, I'll take whatever budget we had for the makeup and stick it in my fucking trailer.
Also, what was up with the waitress at the Cajun sushi place?
She was into it.
Even
She was really into it.
Yeah, so they give him no lip, and then she says, "Hostility is like a psychic boomerang," and then she walks off.
I don't know what that means.
It comes back around.
Ah.
Mentally.
Why has the boomerang got to be psychic?
What? There's a boomerang trying to get into your mind.
If I threw a boomerang into your mind...
No, but you're not throwing it. The boomerang is sentient and psychic.
Yeah, I'll throw it with my words. My
Right.
harsh words.
So we're at the Cajun sushi place, right? It's really difficult to say.
It is.
Sushi.
Cajun
Yeah,
sushi
Cajun
place.
Very
I'd
they
like-
serve all manner of food in there, by the way, apparently.
I've not got a massive note on
Including
this.
duck, because they season his clothes.
I just want to point out the special in the Cajun sushi place is fried eggs.
Yeah.
That's the worst special
Can I
ever.
have the special and she gets fried eggs
Yeah.
in a Cajun sushi place?
Yeah. Who?
Also,
What?
doesn't he calls it his birthday? He says, "What's white ovoidum reminds me of my birthday."
Because he was born from an
He
egg.
wasn't born; he was hatched. They call it on his driver's license.
Is that because they're ducks and not mammals and
on
shouldn't
his
have
driver's
tits?
license? It's called Hatch Day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's hatched there on the license.
Yeah. Ah.
Got a lot of details on that license.
Fucking
I
hell.
forgot to write them down, but
So
really detailed.
it's in this film that we first realised that George Lucas only has so many ideas, right? Because Dr. Jennings turns into Emperor Palpatine.
Yes.
well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily all the blame is on him.
Yes.
All the praise, I should say.
All the blame is on George Lucas forever.
I know. I think we can heap a hefty amount of blame on the writer, whoever she was.
Cats.
Cats.
yeah,
Yeah.
cats.
It's just a film about duck.
Why a cat?
Fuck me.
I
Right,
praise it for it.
they're in a diner, okay?
Yeah.
And Howard says, as they're about to leave, let me pay the check. Now,
Let's see where this is.
now, okay? I wrote earlier that I was disappointed that there hadn't been a "let me get the bill" joke made. They're in a fucking diner. This is the perfect opportunity to make a "let me get the bill" joke,
Yeah.
and they miss it.
But then proceeds to
Swing and a fucking miss. They don't take the joke.
I mean, but that's a low
They make
fruit.
Fuck you.
Whoa.
Fuck you, low hanging
Whoa.
fruit in Howard the Duck.
You don't go for the high stuff.
They
the
make
food.
every other fucking duck pun under the sun. You know what? This is a full start. Maybe they were saving that for the sequel. Maybe I'm being bad.
So they try and kill him and eat him in that
Yeah.
Yeah.
in place.
He's
So
a
she
duck.
tries to say, oh, he's my boyfriend. Or duck fucking.
Well, does she say that just to get him to stop, or does she say it because she means it?
Either way, it's ineffective. It's like, that's good luck.
It wasn't really. No, it was effective because they all turn around disgusted and they go, "That's disgusting," and then Emperor Palpatine stands up.
Yep.
Oh yeah, then he Palpatines the place up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why don't you do something? She took my eggs.
Oh, I love it.
I mean, we've covered so much ground. I mean, 45 minutes in the plot started, and now we're at the diner with Emperor Palpatine.
I want my Cajun sushi.
That's like another half an hour, 45 minutes that we just covered in the space of 5 minutes, because fuck all happens in this film.
They drive everywhere.
I made another note. Why does no one swear in this film? We've had that's bullpucky, snot-nosed, scumbucket. We've had 3 instances of duck tits. We've had a nearly interspecies duck sex scene, and yet no one's able to say a naughty word.
Yeah.
Bullpucky, snot-nosed, scumbucket.
Duck it.
Just call him a cunt. just call someone a fucking dickhead. Just.
Yeah, but it would be for the kids then, wouldn't it?
Oh, I've got a thing that I like. I wrote a thing that I like.
It's the credits.
I've got 2 things that I like. I like the prosthetic tentacle coming out of Ferris Bueller's principal's mouth.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like that effect, but it's put to stupid use because he just puts it in a cigarette lighter and that makes him electric now, and that recharges him.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of.
But also kids' film.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's straight out the thing. This is a kids' film, supposedly.
Yeah. So he races off to do his mad scientist thing.
Who?
Jennings.
Palpatine.
Ah, yeah.
And then we get Howard and Thingy.
Listeners, listen. If you hear us refer to Jennings, Ferris Bueller's principal, or whatever his real name is, Dark Overlord, Palpatine, or whatever the actor's name is, that's all.
Jeffrey Jones.
Jeffrey Jones. That is all one person, okay? These aren't different people. We're just calling him 5 different things.
Dr.
Short
Beagle.
interlude. Carry on.
Yeah, I'll call him whatever I want. I don't mind.
Pedo.
I mean, he doesn't show any tendencies towards liking children in the film.
I mean,
Where are you
is this
pulling
coming
this from?
I mean, really?
No, because the actual actor is, so well.
He's got a weird moustache.
Well, he does.
That's
He's
it.
got his.
What do you mean the actual actor is?
He was done for sex offences.
Oh, well, right. There we go.
Yeah, did you not know?
No.
No.
Right, okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was done for sex offences in 2002.
No, I didn't know where he was. Like, okay, fine. Right, okay, moving on.
Yeah, got a kid to take pictures.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, just stop. Yeah, so they go off and we get the nice chase scene with Bricker and Howard.
You say nice. We get a chase scene.
In a shitty plane.
In a biplane. No, it's not a biplane.
It can be whatever it wants. It's 2017.
I guess it's a biplane.
It's Tim Robbins. For
That's
the
not well.
first half of this movie.
No, I don't think it is.
No, it's a little glider thing.
Yes, yeah, glide. There we go.
It's a straight plane or a gay plane. It's not a biplane.
Oh, Tim Robbins is set up to become the villain in this film in the first half. Like he is downtrodden, dejected. He's got delusions of grandeur because he's like a lab assistant, but he's pretending to be a full fucking paleontologist. He takes Howard's feather without permission. He's obsessed with Howard. And a smarter film would have turned Tim Robbins into the villain, but no. Dr. Jennings is
So
introduced over
Ghostbusters.
halfway into the movie and becomes the villain because fuck this film.
You were thinking Dan Aykroyd in Ghostbusters. Sorry, not Dan
Dan
Aykroyd.
Aykroyd didn't become the villain.
What's his name? Little Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Nick Manis.
He doesn't become the villain either. He just gets
He
turned
gets
into a
turned
stone dog.
There's no villain
Dark
in
Overlord.
Ghostbusters. Things just happen for an hour and a half.
I mean, you're talking about the 2016 one, right?
I'm talking about the old one.
Whoa. What? What?
Did you not know?
I'm just gonna look. Sit
What
this
now?
one out.
Hold on, motherfucker. You've made us watch Howard the Duck.
Did you not
And you're
know?
going to criticise Ghostbusters.
Did you not know I didn't like Ghostbusters?
I knew you weren't the biggest fan of Ghostbusters, but you own a fucking steelbook of the thing, so...
I do. I do.
Watch let's not do this now. Let's do this... we could do this off mic.
Next, 5 minutes
Because-
and you're alright.
Because I've got work.
So
On the plane,
Do you know how many listeners we've just lost because you said you don't like fucking Ghostbusters? Let's do it on mic.
all 6 of them. On the plane, Howard shouts Tora 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 and Banzai.
yeah.
Yeah,
So what? There was a Pearl Harbor in Duckland?
of course there was.
Okay.
And I'm sure it was a pun as well.
Dora.
No, nobody try and think of the pun for Pearl Harbor.
Listeners,
Let's
tweet
not
one.
do
Tweet
it.
us a pun. Or write
No,
on Facebook
don't
or-
fucking tweet us a pun about Pearl
Give me
Harbor.
your best duck puns.
So that
Just not about Pearl
Hang
fucking
on.
Harbor.
why the boats exist in Duck World?
Because none of them can swim, and because it's evolved, and they should do natural selection.
I'm dying. Oh.
Hey, Tim Robbins.
Calls him a duck
Yo.
terrorist. They're not even trying now.
No, that's not a pun.
He's a duck terrorist.
No, that's just a statement.
Tim Robbins is the human in this scenario where they're flying the plane.
Yeah.
Like, how about he flies the plane? Like this little plane that was built for
Would you
human
try
with
to-
human hands and a human frame
Would
with
you
human
trust him?
digits.
To drive anything.
More than Howard the fucking Duck, yes, I would.
Someone who should know how to fly.
He said he never learned how. He doesn't know how to fly, doesn't know how to drive, doesn't know how to swim.
What's the point of it?
What is the point of Howard the
What's
Duck?
the point of Howard the Duck?
To give me joy
It's an age-old question.
and to give you suffering, therefore giving me more joy.
You know what? Ashley's picking the next film, and I really hope he's fucked you over.
Well, I know for the next 2 I'm getting fucked over.
Like
so
Cinderella 2016 or
Oh,
something.
fuck
Fucking,
off. Fuck off.
something you really fucking hate.
Oh, fuck. Oh, I'm going to kill you with is that.
That's what I want.
Anyway.
What I really
Fuck
want
He's
is
not going to live up to that hype now.
Better little bit Beauty and the Beast.
there's a sequel for that coming. So
Woohoo. Can't have it.
So, why do you think I'm doing it now? Get it over and done with.
Mm-hmm. So, the monster appears. Should we get to the monster appearing?
nope, I've got a bit before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Howard and Doctor Who are the same person.
What? He's a Time Lord.
Yep.
Or are you saying he's Matt Smith?
No, I'm saying he's David Tennant. I'm saying that Howard and Doctor Who, neither of them can resist a great big red threatening button. Because
Yeah, I guess.
on the little go-kart thing with the laser on it, it's a great big red button that Howard can't resist pushing, but is also the accelerator for some reason. Why not make the accelerator a pedal like a normal person? Why is it a big red button?
I don't know. Why does it accelerate only if you have your seatbelt on?
Why does it accelerate with a big red button?
Why
Also-
is it a car?
Why is the accelerator any sort of button?
Just to get to it, it's in the Defence Research Room, which can only be accessed by having a duck kick it open.
Yep,
Yep. That's
And, and then it's
only a duck
only
as well.
a duck actually kicking it,
At least that way you know it's secure.
and then it's behind a padlock that you can just hammer off.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wrote that there are some parallels with It as well. Not only is Howard the Duck Doctor Who, this film parallels with It. The villain is a shape-shifting evil alien with an insect-like final form.
Ooh, not technically shapeshifting.
He shapeshifts.
No,
He's
he's a body snatcher.
All right.
Yeah,
then.
a body snatcher. That's more accurate. So,
I was going to say, it's only defeated after its human shell is destroyed.
he lives. He
Yeah.
gets depossessed. Not really
He gets
destroyed,
exploded.
And he lives.
Yeah.
So,
But come on, you want to talk about like
the monster only
Harryhausen shit?
Funny you should mention that.
Harryhausen didn't do it, did he?
No, he didn't.
Okay, good.
Phil Tippett, he built the big monster. He was very much Harryhausen inspired.
Really?
Yes.
How surprising.
Well, he took a lot of inspiration from Hausen, I believe, at very least for this monster. Like he started with a base idea and then he just built upon it until he got that, basically.
I mean,
Which was a
I mean,
it looks pants.
yeah.
The thing is,
I really like stop motion,
Hmm.
but it does look shit.
I
They-
think
they
in
made
a-
the
in
mistake.
an old school sci-fi. I think that design would be fine.
They made the mistake of they got right. Okay, every time we move it, we have to move every single bit of it. So it's like these little fronds that are on its shoulder,
Yeah.
just completely flapping away, where everything else is just kind of moving normal speed.
Yeah, it's true. It wasn't a great monster design. That's for true. That's for true.
That's for troll.
That's for true.
So the interdimensional portal thing is pulling more monsters down to space, like 3 or 4
Yes.
more of them, and Howard blows it up with seconds to spare. Why don't those monsters just fall to Earth still? Why do they disappear?
Same reason all the icons come back in the Emoji Movie on the phone. Because that's how it works, apparently.
Okay, sure.
Also, 3 of them coming at once, and if they only had like 1 or 2 bodies prepared, would they have had to queue up in a nice orderly fashion and
Yep.
wait for some new bodies?
I'll be bumming around somewhere, doing nothing. So whenever you're ready, guys.
What did you do with your weekend?
Waited for a host body. And went for occasional sushi.
Didn't do much. Got KFC. Sat and watched Netflix and chilled.
And then
Standard, really.
Standard.
and then we get a musical sequence at the end.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I wrote, and now they're famous. They're just famous now.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Howard's a better manager.
They're famous for.
I mean, hang on,
no,
hang on.
they're not famous because Howard's a better manager. They're famous for stealing Prince riffs.
No, they're famous because Howard's a duck.
No,
If you have a duck in your band,
their Howard the Duck song is just "Let's Get Crazy." Let's get crazy.
but he didn't steal it from
Let's
Prince
get nuts.
because he says,
Howard the Duck.
he says it's something he's been working on for a while since back in Duckland.
Uh
So
Duckworld.
he is
Please
the Prince
appreciate the law.
equivalent.
huh.
I'll appreciate shit. He is the equivalent of Prince over in Duckworld.
So what you're saying is in Duck World, ducks are normally 6 foot tall, and he's only 3 foot because he's the Prince equivalent.
yes, and in this world,
And also
could
Prince
not
can swim.
or
No,
fly.
I know where you're going. I see it in your eyes.
Yes,
See it in your smile.
that gun.
That gun.
If it's on a fucking vehicle,
Yeah, why is it on
Yeah.
the vehicle?
the point of a gun is you don't need to drive towards who you're shooting at. You could
Why is it on a mounted turret? Like, why?
yeah, it's fixed, isn't it?
It's fixed. Why is it fixed? I don't get that.
There's a reason why it's locked away. It's fucking stupid.
It is fucking stupid, like the rest of the film, except the end song, which I do kind of like.
It's good inside.
Howard the Duck. It's catchy. I'll give
You
it
like
that.
it?
I will
Yeah.
give it that, but only because it's a shit Prince track.
Shit, Prince strike.
So I'll give you the final notes I had here, which was overall I enjoy this.
That's your sum up, is it?
I enjoy this film.
Did you really?
I did
Ash,
genuinely enjoy this
You,
film.
you got any sum ups?
I have a big
No.
penchant for
It
for
was
movies
terrible.
that are kind of
Shit.
bad shit. Yeah, like stuff that's very B movie. I'm a big fan of like
But
B
it
movie
wasn't.
stuff.
You've got B movie where you've got the like comedic moments and stuff like that. This didn't have anything. Everything fell flat.
Let me give you my final thoughts on the movie as well. Like, this movie
please.
has duck tits woo. It's got Tim Robbins. It's got explosions. It's got an air chase. It's got an intergalactic anthropomorphic duck. It's got giant killer aliens. It's got possession, and it's so fucking boring. Fuck all happens for the first hour, and it's 2 hours long.
No, it doesn't.
I
Things
just
happen.
I just want to explain that Dan looks like he's getting told off at school.
I do look like I'm getting tired.
You do look like I've just shit in your mouth. You know it's not a good film.
It is a good film.
It's not a good film.
It is. It's enjoyable.
You've let
You're a
yourself
bad
down.
boy for liking it.
You've let us down. Most of all,
Look.
you've let the listeners down.
Look, they'll enjoy it too.
Some listeners, probably not a lot, because we've not got a lot
Some of
anyway.
them are gonna
But maybe one of them
appreciate-
is going to watch this film
Yeah,
And
and
die.
purely to appreciate our podcast.
he's going to appreciate the.
Sorry, Jamie.
Yeah.
Don't name the poor fucker. I'm going to assume he's Jamie.
No one else is watching this.
Jamie watched it with us.
I have
The rest of our listeners are smart enough.
Well, yeah, no one watched it because it's a fucking podcast. Have to listen to it, don't they?
The fucking film
Dickhead.
I'm talking about, you bell end. Tell me about the sequel.
Okay, so the last shot is meant to signify they're staying together,
What was the last shot?
where they're
Right, the band
behind scene,
stage.
the backstage,
Right.
and it's all cozying up. He only ever really hinted at it, really. And unfortunately, I never really got anything in my research. I didn't get anything really concrete. He said, like, he left it open. I guess the idea was they would. This would make a lot of money, and it would make him a sequel. Because from what I understand, Lucas was kind of banking on this being a good start. Because I think this and other failures led to Pixar. So with my assumption that, you know...
He said to someone, it was Industrial Light and Magic, that he sold part of that off to Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
That became Pixar or something. But also, he said to someone working on this film, then 20 years' time, this will be seen as a masterpiece.
Yes, he did. He did. And for some people it is. Figgy...
I mean, maybe it was seen
teased.
as a masterpiece in 2009, but we're not reviewing this in 2009. In 2017, it's a piece of shit.
So... Figgy, he also teased. He teased it just before Guardians Volume 2 came out. Who knows where he's going to appear next? And I don't actually think they've given up on doing something with Howard the Duck. Although, sadly, I must confess, I have found very little information leading towards a sequel. I'm hoping you guys...
Good pick for a full start then, wasn't it? It's the entire fucking premise of the show.
I'm glad we sat through that.
Yeah. It's almost as if he did it to just fucking punish us and hadn't researched beforehand whether or not there was a sequel.
I promise you, I did do it to punish you.
What a cunt!
There were, rumblings here and there of sequels and ideas that floated about, but nothing was ever concrete. Nothing from the man himself.
No, I
He
genuinely...
tried to distance himself as much as possible from this.
I genuinely thought you were going to bring up... There was a story last year that J.J. Abrams was going to produce a sequel for it. And I wanted you to have found that story. And I really wanted to call you up on it because it was published on April 1st.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody wants a fucking Howard the Duck film. It's fun to see Howard appear in the background of Guardians. That's
you
fun.
say that, but
No,
you
it's not.
absolutely want. You
No.
absolutely want the
I
Howard Duck.
fucking don't.
You do.
Don't even want his cameos.
I really fucking don't. But I'm going to pitch you a sequel.
Do you have any information for a sequel?
No, I just want to know, where was Stan Lee?
This is before the Stanley cameos, so you know. Okay, so pitches. Just want to point out one last thing. Howard's first appearance was in Adventures into Fear number 19 in 1973. So he's been around a while.
Yeah, it's been around a while. I know.
Time for him to die.
I think George Lucas wanted to make a Howard the Duck film since he started work on American Graffiti. I'm pretty sure that's a fact.
I doubt that. So, Ash,
Fuck you.
No, wait. I don't know if I want to do you. Normally,
Hello.
your ones always have some great things in them.
What's that, 5 lines?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Oh, wow.
You go first.
Right, so in the spirit of the fact that this is a George Lucas production,
Uh-huh.
Right.
Everybody's a racist character.
I could change it, yeah.
And they all fly away on a tornado of bones.
I think we're gonna start with a young child on the planet of Sominus, because
Right.
this is what we haven't mentioned before. The actual Dark Overlord. Do you have his name?
His full name.
Mm.
I can pull it up for you. While
We'll save it until the end, because so we're going to start with a young child on the planet of Sominus. This child's name is Thog, so I have that. This child's name is Thog,
Okay.
and he could be played by, I don't know, Jake Lloyd. And
Sure.
he meets 2 space wizards who kidnap him and force him to learn their space wizardry. For he is the chosen one and will help bring balance against the Dark Overlords.
Okay.
Right.
And at the end, one of the space wizards gets killed by the Dark Overlord, Ghost Duck. So this first film is called The Phantom Mallard.
What you have just pitched...
It's The Phantom Mallard. And it's going to be a trilogy prequel, I think.
No, what you have just pitched is a poster pun in the background of Howard's apartment. That's what you've pitched.
So
As much as I love the name, Howard the Duck doesn't appear in your Howard the Duck sequel.
No, because this is a story of how the Dark Overlord that everyone has come to love in this film,
Sure.
how he became that Dark Overlord.
Right, so it's part of the Howard Duck extended universe.
Yes, because eventually Dark Overlord grows up to fight Howard the Duck.
It's a Howard the Duck story.
No.
Like a
There's
Star
duck
Wars story,
puns in
but
it.
it's like a Star Wars story. It's like Rogue One,
Sorry, what?
but Howard the Duck.
Star what?
Star Wars.
What's that?
Wars. Star Wars.
Don't know.
The Star Wars.
Don't know what
The
it
Star
is.
Wars. You know Star Trek?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah,
It's like that.
right.
Oh,
Oh.
come at me. At me,
Well-
listeners. Come on, at me.
Also, they do
More wars, let's start.
They do egg racing. They're little pods, but shaped like eggs. And it's shit.
Well then.
That was mine. Oh, directed by George Lucas.
Sure. Of course it is.
I tell you what, shall I go next?
If you want. You're hosting.
Sure, I'll go next.
Save the best till last. Why not?
No, I went first.
Ah.
So, mine's
I'm
pretty
not
simple,
even putting
really.
your name on the poll.
So mine's pretty simple, really. Like, people really like the Marvel stuff, and people really like Deadpool,
Uh-huh.
and people would want, Deadpool in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. People would love to see that, right?
Yeah.
How do
Deadpool
we
is.
pull them? How do we pull them together? Well, we know we've seen Howard the Duck cameos, and there's some recent comics of Howard the Duck. It's basically Deadpool, Howard the Duck Pool. I don't think that's what it's called, but so we're gonna do that. We're gonna have a crossover of Howard the Duck
We?
and Deadpool movie. Yes, we. You can all be involved.
Wasn't the conceit of this that the sequels have to be in universe?
It will be.
Mine is.
In line with the first film?
It will be in universe.
Carry on.
Will be okay. So, all open up will be, seeing, because this will probably have to be a bit more of a spin-off movie. It won't be part of the proper Deadpool stuff. So we'll go with
Heaven
Howard the
forbid.
Duck. They finally got the machine working back in the lab. They've got it back up and running. Like, okay, we can send you home. Okay, cool. So he's up and running. He says his goodbyes. They fire him off, and obviously he doesn't land there. He lands in Deadpool's flat, right in his lap. He lands in the Deadpool universe with all the
Okay.
mutants and stuff. And from then on, it's just them two cracking wires at each other and killing people.
Why would Howard the Duck kill people?
And then near the end, they both merge to become one character for a brief bit, and then split apart. At the end,
Do you have a plot device to make that happen?
no,
Is there a villain?
yeah, sure.
Just,
Mr. Sinister's the villain.
it's just Howard and Deadpool sitting in a flat.
Yeah, just them dicking around.
Sure.
It's basically just going to be sideways with Howard the Duck and Deadpool.
Sounds it. Howard the Duck and Deadpool tasting wine and...
Yeah,
All right.
I'm just going to call it Howard the Duck Pool.
Fair enough.
Hey Lewis, did you think we could sink any lower than my one?
No.
Looky here!
No, but I reckon you might get more votes.
Go on then, let's give us yours.
Right, you see now. Right, I've actually thought about mine.
Good.
It's in universe.
I mean, I was proud of mine.
It's in universe with the first film. So the first 5 minutes of my sequel,
Yeah.
it's a music montage, which it pretty much gets us to where we want to be, where we want to start with the sequel. So the band and Howard, they climb to super fame, and they spiral out of it. Howard hates it. Howard becomes bitter. Jade becomes a recluse, and the final shot is a news channel. It's like, where is Howard the Duck? We smash cut to Howard in his shithole hideout.
Yeah.
There's bottles, the booze scattered everywhere, cigarettes. This is the Howard that we know from the comic books.
Okay.
There's a villain in my film, unlike yours. It's a deep Marvel pull, but he's a Howard the Duck villain. He's called Status Quo,
Okay.
and he's a villain who hates fads. That's his main conceit. He's just a villain who hates fads, and he thinks that Beverly's Band was a fad. He's a mild-mannered librarian. So you've got him as the opposite of Howard. You've got this mild-mannered librarian as the villain, and Howard, drunk, cigarette, foul-mouth. Foul.
Yes.
He's a foul-mouth foul. Boom.
Hey.
Status Quo kidnaps Beverly, broadcasts it on live TV, because the song about Howard the Duck was a one-hit wonder. Howard the Duck. Like, I need to qualify who he is. Status Quo thinks the song was a one-hit wonder, and he thinks that Howard himself is a fad.
Right.
It's a duck man. Everybody get over it.
Yeah.
And he threatens to kill Beverly unless Howard comes out of hiding and reveals himself. And Status Quo amasses a loyal following of parents who spend all their money on shit kids' toys that the kids forget about, bikers and greasers who hate pop music, business people in suits who can't keep up with fashion trends, just this weird ragtag band of odd followers.
Yeah.
They're all on the hunt for Howard. And that's pretty much the majority of the film. It's just Howard's quest for survival and hunt for Beverly, trying to make his way through the city to save Beverly from status quo. And the big climax of the film is 2 parts. We have Howard steals a beat-down yellow taxi, because in the comic books Howard is a taxi driver. There's a big car chase through the city that happens. He's chased by bikers and the greasers and soccer mums in the soccer mum cars. And that's intercut with a verbal showdown between Beverly and status quo, which is all still being broadcast live on TV, about how Howard isn't a fad. He's nothing. He's not special, because like Howard, she's not a fan of Howard anymore. He left the band, left them to do her own thing. He's not special. He's nothing. Where he comes from, he's no one. He's just a duck.
Mad.
And she convinces status quo and the mob outside. And she's right. Howard's just a duck. There's nothing special to him. He's just a guy. So status quo resigns the point. He sighs. He goes to untie her from the bonds that she's in, and that's when Howard smashes through the wall in the taxi, runs over status quo, killing him. And the movie ends with Howard in a specially designed prison cell with a little duck pond for paddling around in.
He can't swim in.
He can't swim in, and it's written by comics writer Steve Gerber instead of whoever the fuck wrote the first film, and directed by Chris Columbus, did Gremlins.
So you basically made Escape from LA. Escape from New York, sorry.
Thank you.
There we go. I'm putting 2 movies together there. And I also have another question.
Can't be Escape from LA because Howard can't surf. He'd drown.
And I have a question for you.
Go for it.
Can Status Quo be played by Status Quo?
No.
Can all 5 of them just be playing Status Quo at once?
No.
Is it 5? 4 maybe? I don't know.
No, because there's only one original member left now.
Oh, they're still a band.
They were barely a band when they were big. Listeners, Status Quo are a really only successful, air quotes, English band. You probably haven't heard of them.
Rocking all over the world. Everyone's heard of them.
They made a song called Rocking All Over the World. It did well in England. I doubt it came to your shores.
It came all over the world. So, remind me again who Status Quo gathered as his mob?
The people who were watching his live broadcast.
Right.
So just, people who hate... People who was like, yeah, this guy's right.
Which
Fads are shit. I spend all my money on these kids' toys and they just forget about them in 5 minutes.
Soccer mums,
bikers, greasers who hate pop music.
Now, greasers is where I'm going to pick you up, because how many greasers do you see these days? Would you say
if you go to Japan...
So he's
got Japanese
so he's
greasers.
broadcasting for the world?
Sure, why not?
And
Not
they
just
flew over.
in Cleveland, where the
Motherfucker,
fucking
he just
guy
hangs
lives.
around with Deadpool in your movie.
Yeah, it's just, I told you, it's Sideways, but with Howard the Duck and Deadpool. What's not to love?
If you've got more questions, come at me, bro.
No, I just wanted Status Quo to play Status Quo.
Where's the plot?
There is a
I
plot.
had to wait 50 minutes for it.
No, you fucking didn't. I said there's a 5-minute music montage, and Status Quo kidnaps Beverly, and then it's a fucking rollick through New York or wherever.
Then it was a rollick. So it was just a little road trip.
I tell you what, it's the Raid 2 with Howard the Duck.
But then that doesn't make his running over shocking.
Whatever. I can't talk about Howard the fucking Duck anymore.
You know what, guys?
You tried.
It's been emotional. Thank you for joining me.
Ashley, hit him with
Listeners
a...
and both of you.
Ashley, hit him with a... Ashley, hit him with a fucking bomb, will you?
Right, so
It's been great. So before we go, Ash, what do you got for me?
the thing is, so apparently when I suggested Doom all those months ago, Lewis didn't like it so much.
Not so much.
So he then decided to take it out on us and made us watch the Cump movie, which we didn't like so much. So Dan tried to take it out on him by making us watch the fucking Howard the Duck movie.
Are you going to be nice and try and end the cycle?
No, because here's the thing, the cycle doesn't end with me. Because what I pick now won't piss you off, therefore...
Okay.
You won't have
It
to...
might piss me off.
It shouldn't.
We'll see.
It's an alright movie.
Alright.
However, I don't think Dan likes it.
Oh, okay. This is squarely aimed at me, I know that. I accept this.
The movie I'm picking is I Am Legend.
Okay,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
you're right. I'm all right. I'm not totally pissed
What?
off by it.
Why I Am Legend? That is such a fucking boring.
Good!
It's a really good. It's a really good choice.
Oh, good.
Well done on pissing Dan off, and only Dan.
Fuck, I don't like you. Oh,
Am I right in
fuck's-
saying you've read the book?
I love the book.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Fuck you. And the thing is, I thought the movie was alright till I read the book. Then
I can't
fucking hate
wait
the
to
movie.
review Omega Man.
Well, guys, everybody, thank you for joining us. I hope you found it stimulating, invigorating,
All right, careful.
and I hope you love How the Duck as much as I loved How the Duck, as much as these two loved How the Duck. So this is me, Dan, saying goodbye. Ashley,
Sarah.
Lewis,
Yeah, bye.
and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello, listeners. We're recording this little tag on the end of the episode purely because we're constantly forgetting to tell you to visit our social medias. Ashley, Dan, where can they find us?
Social medias.
There you go.
Facebook, Twitter, we are on Reddit. We're uploading to SoundCloud, Podomatic, iTunes.
You can find the podcast SoundCloud, Podomatic, Podo.
Sound clown.
Mate, I am shotting you there.
You can find the podcast on SoundCloud, Podomatic, iTunes, wherever good podcasts are found. You can vote on the Twitter poll.
Yep.
On Twitter, funnily enough. You'll find that there over the next 7 days from this release.
Free to drop us a message pretty much anywhere that we listed.
Any message, any questions, any things we've got wrong, feel free to get in contact with us.
I love How the Ducks so much.
It's Lewis, me, that's in charge of social medias mainly, and I have a severe distaste for all human life. So if you question me, I'll fuck you up. Goodbye.
He loves you, really. Bye, guys.
Comment in on shit, share shit. Thank you. Medals, man.
Yeah, phone medals.
Oh, mincers don't mince knives. They put a knife in it.
I put an electric whip in it.
You don't know how good that mincer is. Have you seen those mincer videos on YouTube that do like fucking metal steel cans?
If that knife was made of zinc, maybe.
His collar's slightly wrong. That's not an Oxford, that's a brogue. 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 Brogue.